What is up, guys? Hello and welcome to finally, I've been waiting for weeks to do this. We've been having to keep everything hush hush. We weren't allowed to talk about anything. And now finally, it is 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And we can finally announce hashtag TeamSeas. If you are not familiar with this whole endeavor is, Mark Robber and Mr. Beast got together and they put together a deal a couple years ago where they did Team Trees in an effort to save, or they wanted to plant 20 million trees in what was 2.5 months, something that the same thing like what we're going to be doing right now, doing the exact same thing. They were able to plant something like 30 million trees 2 years ago. Now they want to remove 30 million pounds of trash from the oceans, rivers, and beaches via TeamSeas.org. They want to get this done by the end of the year. And that's what we're doing here is we're having a kickoff party for this entire endeavor because I'm going to make a push. I want this to be 50 million pounds. I want to totally kick Team Trees out of the water on this endeavor. So for anybody who's checking this out after the fact, if you're just popping into the live stream, like Ingleside Farm, how you doing, sir? It's an absolute pleasure to see you. If you're just popping on like this, all the money, anything that we get today, it's all going towards hashtag TeamSeas. 100% of the funds that go to that go towards removing trash from the oceans, the rivers and beaches. Nobody's taking a dime. This is all going towards trash removal. So now that I got all of that out of my system, we're going to be talking about this for a bit here, but I'm not going to be hanging out by myself. I have invited some people to come and join us. If you would like to pop on and say hi, I can provide a link for you to do so if you want to pop on in. Right now, I've got my brother Peter Orchard, and I have our newest addition to our family friends here, gentleman who joined us at Sharkathon. You're going to be seeing a little bit of that in our video coming out next week, Mr. Ben Covarrubias. Gentlemen, I thank you for letting me push through that whole last. And I just talked for about 2.5 minutes straight. Gentlemen, thank you for that, and thank you for coming and hanging out with me on this kickoff party. How are y'all doing?
Nah, not bad. It's a good day all around.
Yep. Now some of the winds have settled down a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's windy, right?
Gee, the wind's crazy up here.
I was throwing around the idea of doing this live stream from the beach this morning, and I wasn't going to do it in this wind. It just wasn't going to happen.
Uh-oh, the wind hurt him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to do this anymore, and then he abandons us.
Welcome back.
The wind was crazy over here, man. It was knocking trees down, and I haven't seen it like that up here in pretty much ever since I've lived here.
I've got the tent. I've still got the tent in the driveway from Sharkathon. I was airing it out, and then it rained, and it got full of water. And it was like 6 inches deep, full of water. So I had to brush all the water out so it wouldn't get moldy, and then let it dry out for a couple of days. And it dried out, and then the wind blew the whole thing over, and I had to put the whole thing back together again and let it air out a little bit from that moisture, and then it rained again. So the thing is still in my driveway 2 weeks later.
You know what? I packed mine up, and I haven't unpacked it and done anything, so it's probably rusting right now.
Yeah, that's one good thing is mine's not rusting. That's one of the reasons I let it dry out in the air like that. I washed all the joints down really good. I spray them down with WD-40 and all that stuff. And I wanted to make sure that the thing actually sat outside. I pulled all the covers off the joints and everything. I wanted it dry. I wanted even the rain. I was like, that sucks that I've got to clean all the rainwater out of this thing. And then it got leaves in there with the rainwater, and that all sucks. But anything to get the sand and salt air off of it, because that's going to destroy it more than anything.
Yeah. What is that now, 2 weeks? Yeah, my tent's probably ruined at this point. But, I mean, it was raining when we got back up here, and then it was windy, and then I got busy, and then haven't had time to do anything with it.
I'm in the same boat with that. I've got, on top of, all the camping stuff being out there, I've also got Rich and Maxine are still moving from Austin to Padre Island. I'm collecting some of their stuff, which my driveway, like because of all like the potted plants and stuff that Maxine has, she's got these massive pots for plants that she's transporting. So they're lining the edges of my driveway, which gives me like exactly 3 inches clearance on either side of my truck.
It's like my carport, man. I have to park in a certain way so that, you know, everyone can park. But it's like a tight fit in that carport.
Yeah, that's what I'm going through right now. And the normal truck is fine, but it's my little Chevy. I got buried in the back of it all. So you know, I'm not like I've got to disconnect the battery every time I drive it. That thing, it's so old, 20-year-old truck now. So you know, normally with the Dodge is fine. That thing can sit out at the end of the driveway. But my truck, I've got to run the gauntlet if I want to go anywhere while Savannah and Rachel are at work.
Mm.
So I got to ask. We don't have any of this yet because this video, like I said, I had to split up these Sharkathon videos. This video is going to be coming out on Tuesday. But Ben, how was the fish, man? How much of that have you eaten?
So a lot of that went away within the first week. Thank you very much for asking about that. I left our fishing areas there and went to go see my father in Rockport, which is just 30 miles north, and left him about half that catch, about half the pompano and the whiting, which is funny because he tells me that just yesterday he was requesting my uncle, who lives with him as well, to go to the store and get some fish because he hadn't had fish in a while. So being able to provide some fresh fish for him was a nice touch. I got the rest of it home and cleaned it up that next day, and the wife and I ate it. The whiting we just did oven baked over some string vegetables. The pompano though got the pan fried treatment, and yeah, it didn't last. It didn't last long.
How'd you cook it?
Did them pan fried. So I put them in a coating of I had to use a gluten-free option. So I want to use like almond-based flour and some cornmeal flour mixed to make a coating over them, and then just pan fried them in a cast iron.
I'm a little on the fence with that. Like whiting, I'll do pan fried all day long, but pompanos, you know, actually, to be honest with you, I might do pompano sushi style. I might try to do ceviche or something with that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a dense enough meat. It certainly could hold up to that. Yeah.
And I apologize, Peter. Are you getting that sound when he talks?
Yeah, a little muffled.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure whether that's the mic on here on the camera or what. If I mute it, tell me if it goes away or not. Then.
Great, that's really hard to hear. Guys in the chat, would y'all mind giving me some feedback on how the audio is? Make sure we're not sounding all terrible. It sounds a little bad on my end. I can always pop in and out though if I need to. Actually, I'm going to do that real quick just to double check on that audio because it sounded kind of bad on my end. I'll be right back.
Cool. You know what I like to do with the fish? I like to I don't know about pompano, but with like the tuna, I like to make like a sauce and then like an onion, a ginger onion sauce, cream sauce, and then I'll like cook it in that sauce.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Almost like poke style. Have it over like the raw meat in a glaze on top of something. Okay.
Yeah, so good. Ginger goes really good with that with the tuna steaks.
I just missed out. I heard this morning that the beach waters there in the Corpus area were relatively flat, and it's like, oh, that was so. I'm off today. It's like, could I make it there before the tide changes?
Hey, I'll give you a heads up on that because my Uncle Perry was just texting me before we started on this whole thing. He went out this morning. Everybody, you know, Nick Meyer, my uncle, my father-in-law, everybody's been hitting me up. They say it's totally flat. My Uncle Perry says it's almost clear enough to spear. He's not sure if it's spearable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to stay like that. It's low tide now. High tide is at midnight. I don't recall when the next low tide is, but tomorrow is supposed to be, I don't know how this is physically possible, but it's supposed to be even more calm than what they saw today. It's like absolutely dead flat tomorrow.
You are hurting me.
I know. I'm feeling safety on it. Savannah's got a dance recital tomorrow, and she's got her practice for that tonight. And I had an in-depth conversation with Rachel, and I was like, look, we're doing the TeamSeas thing. I need to get out to the beach, and I need to do some beach cleanup stuff. I want to catch some fish. Our freezer does not have anywhere near as what we need it to have. So I had to pull the card and be like, I'm going to run to the beach for a bit in the morning. I'm sorry. This is the life you got into when you married me. I'm running to the beach, and then I'll be right back. I promise.
How long is the? I'm actually kind of surprised it's going to be flat with all this. The wind has been ridiculous, and I'm assuming that it's down there by now. It got crazy over here. How long is this? This TeamSeas thing? How long is that? Is it just for today, or is it the whole weekend?
Today is the kickoff party. Today, Mr. Beast's intention is to totally destroy YouTube. He wants everybody posting TeamSeas videos. I've got one that we're going to post immediately after this, and I'm going to post one. I'm going to do some shorts and stuff every couple of days. I'm going to be just pounding it. I'm going to be putting them out. His intention is to take over YouTube today. He wants that to be the #1 trending thing on YouTube. He wants it to break down all other search and trends and stuff like that. And so that's his intent for kicking off this entire thing. Then it's going to be running through the end of the year.
That's pretty cool.
Grant, I'm sorry. Hey, in 20 minutes, man. If you're still you out the door in 20 minutes, you want to come and hop on with us, beer's on me. Let's see. And yeah, Ben, I got your message on this. I don't know what that link is for. For the TeamSeas thing, it's just teamseas.org is the site that you got to go to for that.
Yeah, when I copied it from the Twitter page here, it dropped it into one of those hyphenated short links. But it does, you're right, it does go to the teamseas.org website. It's pretty easy to find. They made it pretty simple and laid out. Looks like I've not seen it before until today. The Twitter page still says coming soon, so I guess someone needs to do the official flip over to make sure that their production public face says we're here now.
He doesn't have anything up on it yet. Let's see. I popped on like we were all behind the scenes and ready to go. Okay, they have the donations thing up on my end, is what I see.
Mm-hmm. That's a link you put in the description.
Yeah, that should. If you want to try that out real quick, that ought to work. And while we're doing that right now, I'm going to make my donation because I plan on. Oh, if I have my card in front of me. Yeah. I'm going to make multiple donations. Like if we get any super chats or anything like that, that is all going on. But for now, this is just going to be my initial donation. And I got to say, how awesome is this that I'm able to sit here and film this and type? Those are some skills, yeah.
I'm trying out a new camera angle today so that I can read chats from the computer. But I am seeing some lighting issues going on over here.
So for these donations, it looks like you can put in a team name. Are you hosting or sponsoring a particular team here, guys? The Orchard.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. What should we call the team? I'll let you guys make the call on that. Anybody in the chat who wants to put in their 2 cents on the team name while I type the message?
Team More Peter.
Team More Peter. No, I'm not doing it.
What about the condition black?
We haven't announced that. We haven't even put that whole thing together yet. Nobody knows what that is.
He keeps telling me to stop talking about it. I want to just keep letting it slip. All right, well then we got to be Team Stanley Orchard, right? It's your channel. It's on your channel. It should be Team Stanley.
Stanley Orchard from I don't know. I wouldn't. Oh no! You know what? Naughty Squad.
Okay.
We got that on Twitter. We don't really run with it, but I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And, oh, can I? I don't know if I should be showing all of this, but whatever.
Did you say you're on Twitter right now doing that?
No, that's Twitter. I got Twitter over here in case anybody says anything. And there we go. And I want to see. So we got that donation and what is this? I thought this was going to be like the highest one. Oh, yeah, most recent. Most trash? Holy crap. Yeah, I'm not even close to those guys. Am I at least the most recent? I want to see myself, my name on the list before everybody jumps in. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Oh, well. I'm on there. So considering that we've been doing this for 15 minutes now and that they have raised almost $300,000, we're on the right track.
They just started 15 minutes ago, too?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. That's pretty good.
They want 30 million pounds. They're a quarter of the way into the first million. I think that the odds of being able to do 50 million are not unreasonable.
Yeah, that sounds like what, an hour?
Yeah, right.
By the end of the day?
Yeah, by the end of the day, I'm betting. I'm betting this is going to be 5, 10 million, 12 million, somewhere in that range.
I mean, these kind of things always like start off strong and then they kind of like level out. So I'll bet like right now there's going to be a big jump and then it's going to kind of level out for a while and then right at the end it's going to jump up again.
I think you're exactly right. I think that's exactly how it's going to go. So while we are sitting here, and we're going to keep an eye on that because I want to see how far it goes. We'll be talking about that. But while we're waiting for that to kind of rack it up a little bit, there's one other thing we got to talk about here. And that is that Peter just turned 47. Happy 47th birthday, Peter.
Well, I mean, for 47, I'm looking pretty good.
Now you get to be the older brother.
That candle gets brighter and brighter and brighter. The cake gets heavier and heavier and hotter and hotter.
You know, I don't mind like people. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting any older. I'm just not. I've never felt like, oh man, I'm another year older. I look in the mirror and I'm like, no gray. I'm good.
In all honesty, Peter, when I met you a couple of weekends ago at the Sharkathon, I mean, if I had to guess a age, I wouldn't have said higher than mid-30s anyway. So, but I'm also bad at that sort of stuff too.
Somewhere around the 37 range. That's nice.
Is it 37? I'd have pegged you for 36. I wasn't sure.
So I get to be the older brother for a day or for a year. No, until your birthday.
Hey, welcome to the rock into your 30s.
When you turn 60.
I've got a good 25 years before that happens.
Well, let's see. That'll make you like 51 in a couple of weeks.
I'll take 51. Oh yeah. Like, hey, you know what we ought to do? So my youngest brother, we haven't seen him because he's been living in Vermont for like right around the time that we started the YouTube channel. The year before we started, my youngest brother moved to Vermont. He just moved back. He just moved back on Monday. So we need to have like for his birthday, we need to throw him like a 50th birthday party.
Yeah. That's just in 2 weeks, right? His birthday is like 2 weeks after mine, so
yeah.
Big 50. I am looking for that TeamSeas thing. I see TeamSeas.com, but I don't see on that page. Huh? Oh, it's .org?
Yeah. What is it you don't see?
Well, now I was on the wrong site. I'm looking for the numbers.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. I'll get an update on that real quick. We're at 350,000 pounds of trash removed at the moment.
Wow. That's
Let's
cool.
see if
Maybe
there's
they'll get
anything-
to that. Maybe we'll take a chunk of that continent out. And they're like trash continent. They should name it.
Yeah, I was looking into that, and I'm probably going to do some video stuff on this as part of the like. I'm not even kidding. I was considering putting out 50 videos between now and the end of the year, and I just didn't want to I didn't want to offend people by just cramming stuff out, and I didn't want to kill myself in the process, so I backed off of that idea. But I am planning on putting out a lot of videos, and so I'm always looking for like some kind of concept. And one of those concepts I was looking at is a comparison of what's happening now versus the continent of trash. The continent of trash, I believe, is 1.7 trillion.
Something big like that. Something really.
But I
The
think
pictures.
it's 1.7 trillion pieces of trash in the continent.
When I was looking into that, there was like the images they show like how big it is, and from what I can understand, it's not really that big. But then again, you can't find any actual pictures of it from like space or anything. And there's not just one. There's like 7 of them apparently. There's like there's a whole bunch of.
It's not like a landmass lump. Like everything in that whole deal is all like 6 inches underwater. You know,
Yeah.
It's just trash, just everywhere, and it kind of gravitates towards itself. But I mean, it's the entire. You go 100 miles offshore California, and you start running into the trash piling up.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's ridiculous either way, but I don't know. You'd think you'd be able to see something like that, like a discoloration, like a space photo or something. That's
It's
something
going to get there. It's not there yet because it's just, it's plastic bags and it's water bottles and a lot of plastic bottles just floating around. Seaweed and stuff holding them together at certain points. It's they were saying that they had a real hard time, like when they're sailing. I think they use Ben, you know what I'm talking about? They got those sails that they put in the water for an anchor.
Yeah. I'm not a wet sail, but I've heard them described before. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the actual term for them.
They use them to keep the boat, like, I don't know. They use them to keep it pointed in a certain direction or whatever. If the wind is going a weird direction, but they have a hard time.
You want to be like
so much trash.
You want to be like facing the waves, right? So you put that down so that it steers you into the waves, so you're not going sideways or anything.
Yeah, I believe so. A sea anchor is what that's called, I believe. Right? Something like that.
Curtain.
You know what? I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, if only we had the internet.
Trash continent. There's like, last I saw a picture, there was like several, because of the way the currents are. They like conglomerate in these in multiple spots in the ocean, which is just even crazier. And I see there's a lot of fake photos too, but there's like 5 or 6. There's like 6 spots where all that trash conglomerates.
I don't know how to feel about that. You're talking about like the fake photos. I assume those are like superimposed stuff to make it look really dramatic. Is that what that is?
That's what I'm looking at.
I got into it with a guy about that the other day. It was on Twitter. There was a post. I've still seen it going around here and there, where somebody overlaid a map of the Mediterranean over the United States, and they put together this whole post. It's like scientists are saying that by the year 2030, this is what the United States is going to look at.
But that was a joke. You can see Italy over Idaho or something.
I know it's a joke, and I had people harass me about this, so I'm going to stand my ground on this one. So they put that whole thing out, and then they were like, and I called them out and said, this isn't a good post. For one, this is obviously fake, and I get it's a joke, but it's like, the coastlines aren't affected. But for two, like if you're talking about like actual environmental impact, you don't want to be one of those turds. And these guys probably, I guess they don't care about environmental impact. I'm doing this whole TeamSeas thing. I'm 100,000% in on board. So I started bitching at them about that. Like, you guys need to stop with your fake science.
You're one of those
people from
Were you drinking? I don't get on Twitter anymore when I'm drinking. I had to stop. I laid out a post on Jack Murphy's because he's always, I don't know if you know who Jack Murphy is, but he's always posting about how he's getting the the treatment or whatever.
Yeah.
He's getting the vaccine so that he can fight the good fight. And it's just like soldiers in war who get wounded in battle, knowing they're going to get wounded on the front lines. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, I like the guy, but I'm just like, I laid it out. I had like this big paragraph that I tweeted, and then I'm just like, what am I doing? I just tweeted at somebody I don't know that I watch on my computer, and because I don't like that he's whining on Twitter, so I deleted it, and I was like, that's stupid. That picture was obviously like fake, right? The one with the water over the middle of the continent. It's like clearly a joke. I kind of sometimes want to do my own fake articles, like write a fake article, come up with a fake news type.
So do I.
And
I jump down like the flat Earth guys. I jump on those guys like nobody's business. I have no.
I don't even waste time with them.
Venting on them.
I mean, if I'm gonna do something like that, I'm gonna make a joke out of it. I'm not gonna like rag on them because it's pointless. I'll like make like I never thought about it like that before kind of tweet, and then have a funny picture of like somebody throwing a frisbee or something. That makes perfect sense, and then that's how I'll tweet at him.
What you could do is just put up a picture of Joe Rogan. That's why he handles half his interviews. Like, oh, that's interesting. That's the way you say that. Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you explain like this with your like? Just getting on there and being like, this, I can't believe, or I don't like that you're saying this because this is like ridiculous. That's just going to make them shut down. Like, nobody's going to listen to that. You might get a couple likes. You might get a couple follows.
Yeah, you do every now and then. And I don't care about that. It's a venting. It's like a mental release thing. And
so you're one of those Twitterers.
No, okay. So here, I have a thing on that. So let me address this real quick. WTF Mike, what's up, man? I hadn't seen you in a while, and it's always a pleasure, sir. No matter what you got going on in the chat down here, it's always a pleasure. At least at the start. He says you got in an argument on Twitter. Let me prepare my shock face. Check it out. This is what's up. So I have been very G-rated in everything that I do on all social media, everything, the YouTube channel. I've been really good about that for 4 years now. You don't see hardly any cussing on the videos. I have not revealed any kind of political stance or anything like that. I am going to allow myself to say things.
One mean tweet a week.
I am not going to stand for these assholes who are putting out this false news, these false narratives of the Mediterranean on top of the United States. I'm not having it.
You jumped down my throat on Twitter the other day. Something about I didn't realize you're so angry because of that one. I don't even remember what the tweet was about, but you tweeted at me something, and then I don't remember. Damn it! Now I have to go look it up. Look what we do. Now I'm on Twitter.
Mike, is that feedback on my end or is that everybody? Do you mind? I can back out if I need to. Come back in. That happens sometimes. Adam Mahar, man, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, sir. I remember you did that endeavor where you did the whole beach cleanup thing. I apologize. I never got a video filmed for that. I'm really sorry about that. I haven't forgot. Just really poor at accomplishing some of these things, and I'm sorry about that, but I appreciate and remember your endeavor for that. Are you really a flat earther? Oh, are you a flat earther? Adam, you got to let me know. He's not. He's kidding. There's no way. There's no flat earthers in this entire community. I'm sure of it.
I don't know, man. Well, no, I guess there couldn't be, right? Because if anybody goes offshore, it takes 5 minutes to figure that out.
Anybody who goes offshore or fires a gun at like realistic, not realistic, but at like, you know, anything that's not 20 yards. You know?
Oh.
You only, okay, let me back out real quick, guys. I'll be right back, see if we can't get those audio issues going. I'll be right back. Adam, I'll get to that in just a second, buddy.
Because I told I got banned on Twitter because I told a hockey GM to consume. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get you blocked or some kind of notification on Twitter.
I kind of feel bad. I've never been banned. I've never been shadow banned or put in social media prison. But year 5, that's it. I'm not holding back. Mediterranean over the United States. We're going to go toe to toe on this issue.
You know. Oh, right here.
Okay. Hey, Adam brings up a heck of a point here, and I want to address this. So he says, I mean, it could be flat. I can't prove it's round. And here's the deal. So initially, when they first started doing this flat earth thing, and I think this was like back in the 60s and 70s. This was not our time. This was a while back. The flat earth thing was intended to be a thought exercise. It's a prove me wrong kind of, it's exactly what Adam says right here. You can't prove it's round, and you can't. You have to go. You have to go off of what. I'm not saying you can't prove it's round, but you actually have to get the brain going. You have to figure it out. You have to have experienced the Coriolis effect. You have to have seen something over the horizon. You know, these things. If you're just some guy who's just playing video games and you're arguing for either side, you're both idiots if you don't know what you're talking about. So that I can appreciate and respect. I got no problem with that. I got no problems with a thought exercise. What I do have a problem with is that people have now taken it, and I don't know if Kyrie Irving was in on this or not. He never got to say a word edgewise because he came across like such a complete freaking idiot. But when he stood up and made the whole flat earth thing this big deal that it is now, he messed up. He didn't make it a thought exercise thing. He made it like it's really flat, and you need to believe that, and everything you've been told is a lie, and that's dumb. So,
you know, I believe that money is flat, and that's probably why he's spouting that stuff. He got a paycheck from somebody. Maybe that's really kind of out there, but
what's unfortunate about that too is that I actually respect that Kyrie Irving can stand up for some things. That's a nice trait. What he is standing up for now, I think we would all kind of at least a little be supportive. He doesn't want to be vaccinated, and he's not allowed to go back to work until he gets vaccinated, and he's standing his ground. If anybody wants to put in a conversation piece on that, feel free. I agree with his decision on that. And that's a very hard thing for me to say because I disagree with Kyrie Irving in general simply because of his flat earth nonsense. It's hard to balance that.
It's kind of crazy when you can't talk about what, you believe on the internet or on YouTube. Because you might get demonetized, you might get banned or blocked or something because you're talking about, hey, I think this thing.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I hate to break away, but I've got to go. I got to step away. So thank you very much for the invite. Congratulations on getting the TeamSeas thing started. I hope that we all see our donations up there pretty soon. And, be sure to share. Be sure to spread the word and everything for everybody. But I got to head out, so everyone have a good rest of the day.
Ben, tell everybody we said it's a pleasure having you on, man. We look forward to next time.
Take care.
Good seeing you again. You see what your Twitter talk does, Paul? You're scaring everybody away.
I was going to hold off until after this live stream for the political stuff, but damn it, no. We're going to get into this now. Mediterranean City. # not real. Hashtag fake news. So back to
How do you
something
tie
a little
that
bit
in?
more positive.
How do you tie that into TeamSeas?
I'm trying to figure that out. Well, you know what we need is a picture. We need that picture, but we need the hashtag TeamSeas right on top of it. Like let's make it look like that's our goal, is to make a big ocean in the middle of the United States so that we all have waterfront property.
Yeah,
because that's the joke that's been going around.
That's the kind of that's actually a tweet that I probably would have like retweeted. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of funny. At first, I saw it, and I was like, the second I saw it, I'm like, that's not the map that I saw of what like the global warming is going to do. It's like the opposite. Like everything's on the outside is going to get covered in water, not the inside. And then I saw Italy, and I was like, oh, that's a joke. And I was like, that's kind of funny, and I almost retweeted it, but I didn't want to get yelled at.
Dude, Mike, what is this? I was just like twice I mentioned the Coriolis effect, and now you're trying to steal my thunder like you're the one that brought that up. Get out of here with that. I said that. Come up with your own thing. He's just ignoring the live stream, and just every couple of minutes he comes back and he's like, "Oh, Coriolis effect," and then he leaves. They're like,
2 domes. So instead of one flat like disc, it's like 2 like an oval or 2 circles with 2 domes. I would like to see the bridge that connects those 2 domes that the ships are crossing and the jets and everything. That would be pretty sweet.
You know, here's another one on that flat Earth. Like, so again, it's a thought exercise as to like, you know, how do you prove it? How can you really do that? Another one that I go back to is look it up. Like that. First off, flat earthers don't have a map. Like we have a globe that we can look at. Regular human beings, flat earthers do not. They have some representations that you'll see where it's like the South Pole goes around this flat disc. However, if you look at like if you draw a straight line like up towards the circumference of somewhere, you know, where the dimensions get completely unrealistic on that disc, the straight line from like I believe from like the Mediterranean to like New York City is completely unrealistic in regards to what like an actual flight would be, like the amount of miles. And they say it's like, oh, it's because the plane takes you all these goofy directions and stuff instead of just flying a straight line.
Because the plane would be like constantly falling or something like that. That's their idea. That's like the idea behind why they argue with the plane. Because if the Earth was round, then the plane would constantly be at like an angle facing downward in order to fly straight line around the globe. Like that's the argument. But here's the thing, like all of this, it's the flat earth is a perfect example of people believing what they believe and nobody's going to change their mind about it. You know what I mean? They're going to constantly come up with another reason why they believe it. And every time somebody draws a new picture, they're going to be like, you see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So, and the people who are dead, you know, like, everyone else is going to be like, yeah, you're crazy. And so that's the same thing with politics. It's the same thing with like Twitter arguments. You either believe what you believe or you don't. And no one's changing anybody's minds. There's no more like discourse anymore, you know? Everyone's just going in their separate ways. I don't like it. I don't know how you fix it, but it's bad news.
Yeah, well, and it's like you said, that comes back to like having to change people's minds. Yeah, that's not something you're going to do. That doesn't mean that, you know, you can't respectfully like stand your ground on some issues. Sometimes stupid people just need to, you know, be put in their place. I mean, I need to get put in my place. I'm not a stupid person. I need to get put in my place from time to time. The stupid people can get put in their place from time to time as well.
That's on like flat Earth, I think is ridiculous. But the creationalists, right? I don't personally believe in that. But I never thought I'd meet somebody who did. and then I was talking science to a friend of mine, and he's like, well, he like flipped out and like jumped down my throat because there's no proof of anything and yada yada. And I was like, well, wait a minute, that's like standard science that they teach in school. What are you talking about? And he was arguing with me on the idea, because he is a creationalist, and so he believes like human beings were running around with dinosaurs and stuff just 8,000 years ago. And I couldn't at the first. That's the first time I ever met somebody who believed that. And at first I was just like this is, I can't believe I'm talking to somebody who believes this kind of thing, But after talking to him for a minute, I kind of understand that, like, okay, he's got his beliefs. I'm not going to argue with him over, like, that's religious, that's different than flat Earth, but that's his belief.
I respect, walking the line of like you get your belief. I'm not going to toes with that.
I can't disprove what he's saying. I can't personally disprove it. And I guess technically I can't personally disprove flat Earth either. So I can only spout the same thing that I've been taught, that I believe, because it makes sense to me. I don't believe. I think it's flat Earth is like the extreme of like ridiculousness. But on the other hand, we are living in really strange times, and people believe really weird stuff these days that I never thought I'd ever meet people who believe these crazy ideas.
I like that, and I appreciate that, though. And where the part of the problem is that where it gets cited is that I'm open to having a discussion about it.
Yeah, me too.
I will even, I'll even go so far as to, like, I like the thought exercise, and I will go so far as to, it doesn't have to be an argument, it doesn't have to be a fight. You are going to be very hard pressed to convince me, but I will give you a chance. I will let you have that conversation. What's unfair is that it doesn't seem the same the other way around. Like in science, here's the deal. So in science, you cannot prove anything in science. Like, science cannot be proven. That's like the first, I don't know, theorem or whatever deal of science. You can only disprove things in science. You can never prove anything. So if you have a scientific mindset, you can go into that conversation and have a conversation. It doesn't have to be an argument and blah, blah, blah. But if, like, they are trying to force something on you that you're already resigned to, that like mindset of like, okay, if we're going to have a fair conversation, then it can't be proven. We'll have a fun conversation about it. And he's like the exact opposite of that, where it's like, It doesn't matter what you say, you can't disprove me.
Exactly. And that's not a good argument. It's not even a discussion. And that's the problem, is you try to talk your mind, you try to listen, and often one side is crazy and the other side is not crazy, right? They're just willing to talk, but then the crazy person wants to just like flip out and yell, and there's no discussion to be had. So there's no point in even continuing that conversation, because if they're not there to, I like to debate, I like to talk, and even with something that I wholeheartely believe, when somebody's wrong, I'll argue with them, but I'll listen to what they have to say, but I'll still argue even though I completely disagree with it. Yep. And in the end, I will just be fine with it. I'll be like, okay, so we had that was a fun conversation. They are like putting me on a list. You know what I mean? In some regards. I'm sure I'm on a list.
The conversation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on a couple lists at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am too.
That doctor's visit, I'm pretty sure, put me on a list.
I had one. So in this most recent video that I just put out, I did the thumbnail, but then I made the mistake of doing the thumbnail without including our conversation about doing the thumbnail in the video.
You know what? I didn't think you needed to add all that explanation for it. I wasn't able to do it. Like, I wanted to do that video that you were talking about in there with all the sharks and everything. I didn't have time to do it, but
I didn't want to put that on you.
I mean, that's just it's a fun thing to do. If I had the time to do it, I would have loved to have done it, and maybe do it in the future. But that picture actually was like pretty good, man. I couldn't do a picture any better than that one. a video, I might have been able to pull off a video, but I thought that what you had done was pretty good. And even Amber was asking, "Is that real? Was that really there? I didn't see that thing." And I was like, no, it wasn't there. Like, you put it in there. It's funny. And then in the video, you explain it in the video.
No, we talked about it on camera. I never explained it. I didn't have that conversation in the video, so the joke is kind of lost. But then on top of that, I posted that video, and I swear to God, the very first comment, and I left it on there. I didn't block it, but the very first comment was, and I got the comment like 30 seconds after publishing it. Some jackass pops on clickbait.
Yeah. Well, good. So you got it.
He didn't even get to the point where it's like, you know, and it's not clickbait because I've got a bloody thumb. I'm paddling out big slabs of meat across the sandbar, and we're out there chumming with a bag full of bait, and we get a shark. Like, that's not clickbait. It might not be an effective thumbnail. It's not working as good as I thought it would, but it's not clickbait.
That's borderline clickbait, but it's still, that is the definition of what clickbait is. It's like, that's a good clickbait. That's not like, oh, the cops showed up and then this happened and this person lost his body part, and then, you know what I mean? Like, that never happened. Like in some of those videos, it's like the cops showed up and then this happened, and then you watch it and the guy finds like somebody's wallet and called the cops and they showed up to grab the wallet. You know, like, it's just stupid. It's like, that's clickbait.
We've got this, Mike and Adam. I'm loving this conversation in the chat, gentlemen. I'm really enjoying this conversation. I didn't realize that we were having a real conversation about this, but I am enjoying it and I respect having it. So yeah, Mike says you can personally disprove flat Earth. Go set out 2 points on Earth about a mile apart. As long as those are not over 8 inches tall, you will lose sight of it. Exactly. So and that's the entire purpose. For everybody watching this sketch, whatever the deal may be, that's the entire purpose of the flat Earth thing, is to, you know, do this thought exercise, is to figure out, prove it to yourself. Don't use Google. Don't let somebody else tell you. Go out there and experience the Coriolis effect. Go out there with some binoculars and look at the lake and look at stuff that's below the horizon line, you know, partially due to the curvature of the Earth. I've seen this.
If anything else, that's what I don't understand is, if nothing else, you can literally go out there and see it for yourself with binoculars. I don't know what the argument is against that, explaining that thing. You know what I mean? Because
you just have to be able to do it. Like, so many people have this argument and they don't actually do any of it. They just reference Google and they talk about things they've heard. That's the crux of the entire flat Earth thing. Is when it all boils down to it, the only things that you can quote or say are things that you've seen on the internet or things that you've been told. So many people don't have an actual argument of their own, something that they're familiar with, they've seen and done, you know, they've experienced.
So, like in cinematography, when like movies and stuff, when they show the ship coming up the horizon, like with the sunset or something, do they think that that's like special effects or something, like from like
prove it wrong
before CGI? I guess it could have been faked, but I don't know. I think there's too many ways to disprove the flat Earth. So I don't understand how people can believe that. You can look at the moon. The moon's the best example, in my opinion. You can look it up, hold an orange up to the moon, and they're the same. It's the same shadow. Why would in nature or in any like structure, you know, why would an orange and the moon have the same shadow? Essentially, like like the moon's out during the day. You know what I mean? Like, why would that exist in nature if the moon wasn't round as well? It doesn't make sense.
I don't know if there's an argument against Adam. Is there an argument against the moon being round? Is it just the Earth and the moon and the sun are round and they're rotating around the Earth, or are they flat too?
I think the moon is like, if it is round, it's like going in a circle along with the sun. But
Yeah.
if that was the case, the sun would be at one angle to the orange and one angle to the moon. And so they would have different shadows.
What he's saying, Adam, is that if you hold up a sphere and judge it against the moon, they're both going to cast a shadow in the same direction.
Like, you know how the moon's out in the daytime? Yeah, I mean, I agree with like with Mike over here, but a flat circle would have a solid shadow. It wouldn't have like a bended shadow. If it was like a flat circle, it would be one light. You know what I mean? The light shines on it, the whole thing lights up.
Like what he's saying is the you know how you have like a crescent moon.
Yeah, like that. Crescent moon.
So if you have a crescent moon, you would effectively have the same crescent lighting on an orange or any other sphere, basketball or whatever.
I mean, an orange would be a sphere, so a flat circle and an orange would have different shapes of shadows because they're different shapes. One's flat and one's round. And if the moon was round and the sun and the earth was flat and the sun was over here, and then you have two other objects, they each have different shadows from your perspective because the sun's in one point. I mean, in a weird way, it's kind of like that even with a round earth. So I guess it doesn't technically disprove anything. But
well, I mean, it depends. It's like you said, if the moon is flat, that's a hard argument to have. But if the moon is round and it's just the earth is flat.
Yeah, I think that's what the ideology is.
But I don't understand why the moon would be flat. I mean, why the moon would be round and not earth. Is there it's like you have to get pretty complex with your explanations.
You know, here's another thing too. The flat earth, and Adam, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that the flat earthers are also not believing that this is 100% like a science-based thing. Like there's God involved in holding things together. I might be wrong about that, but
no, Adam, it's a fun conversation regardless. Like I said, like it's a thought exercise. I'm gonna razz it a little bit, but if there's gonna be an open conversation about it, we can have an open conversation about it. I'm comfortable with that. And that's the thing. You have to be able to have that conversation. You have to be able to talk about that stuff. Otherwise, you're just an idiot making the argument either direction. Doesn't matter if it's round or flat.
What if the moon was like the bottom of a can and it was inverted? And that could explain the hollow moon theory, which I kind of believe. I know that's ridiculous.
Oh boy. Thanks, Adam. Now you've opened up hollow moon theory.
I think the moon is an ancient spaceship, so it's hollow and it's collected dust, and they're watching us, Paul. They're watching us. Yeah. Then the craters are satellite dishes.
You see what you guys did? Now we have to have this entire conversation explaining to Peter how the moon is actually made out of cheese. Idiots.
Yeah. Dude. They did a seismic test and they heard the ping echo inside of the moon. They heard it.
That needs to be a shirt. I heard the ping.
Yeah, the echo. Is the echo. The moon echoed. Now it could all. I think that I'm not some physicist or anything, but I think that might be explained with just density. That might be a density issue, in my opinion. Not a hollow.
Scientology.
It's convex, so it's like
the moon. Yeah, I think that is actually Scientology. Hey, y'all want to have a fun conversation? Let's talk about Scientology.
I don't know if I know enough about Scientology other than that Jesus is riding on a surfboard or something like that to Earth.
It's my kind of Jesus.
I know, right? Sounds
Adam thinks that the moon is full of gold too. God, I had a joke on that, and I completely lost what that joke was now. Dang it, Adam! I had a joke for that.
Well, that's why they're trying to mine the moon. They want the moon. I thought that those fueling stations on the moon, that idea where they're going to go to there's like apparently ice on the moon, and so they're going to go and turn it into rocket fuel and be like a fueling station for spaceships.
They're going to turn the moon into rocket fuel?
No. There's like ice on the caps of the moon or something. Apparently, there's like ice, and they want to turn it into rocket fuel because that's what rocket fuel is. It's just a quick mining. It's a quick refining process to turn that into jet fuel, or whatever, rocket fuel. So they could turn the moon into like a mining, not into a gas station for spaceship, basically, or for like people going to Mars and people going to like crazy space travel.
Why don't they just build one big damn rocket, send it up to the moon, and attach the rocket to the moon, and then they've already got the vehicle, they've got the rocket and the fuel. It's like fully loaded and ready to go. Just ship the moon over to Mars.
Why don't they need to make an elevator to space, and then they need to get rid of all that trash continents and throw it at the moon.
That trashy incontinence.
Yeah. They need to send all that trash to the moon, man. To the moon, baby. I'd say to the sun, but I want to see it. I want to see them like with a big I want to see Mount New York garbage.
You want to see the pile on the moon? Be like,
yeah, I want to see it. I want to remember the day when the moon wasn't covered in garbage.
We could probably just make one crater.
You're right. Fill the craters. What are they there for? They're perfect trash cans.
They're the perfect size to be a receptacle for the continent of trash. And then we would have all of that stuff that's up there to use for like building whenever we build up there. The trash is already there. It's
dude. They had a Silver Surfer Jesus named Xenu. I'm totally down. We just got to start talking about filling the craters of trash.
Why? What's his name? Why deepfake Tom Cruise didn't mention that first? I'll never know.
Isn't Xenu like a new pronoun? Oh man, I wish I could share screens, and that's coming in the future. But if you want to hear a funny story that I don't know if anybody else put this together, maybe I'm stupid in thinking that I figured it out. But have you heard about the passport with the genderless box or whatever they call it?
No, didn't hear about that one. That one missed my purview.
Well, I mean, it's on Alex Jones. But no, they're apparently, I got to look this up. Hold on, before I go down this rabbit hole. First passport with no gender box. The person, okay. So basically, okay, it's got an X, a gender neutral X, and the first person to get one, it cannot be a real last name. The first person that got it is, oh yeah, it is not, it's clearly not a real name. It's ZZNEM. Like their last name is ZZYYM. Like she's EM, like pronouns. That's this person's last name. The first person to get a genderless box.
So somebody was there loading the.
Dude, this is like a troll. This is a huge troll, and I think it's amazing. It's really funny that they go through all this effort to put the X gender box in there. Which, look, whatever. I'm not going to argue about that. But the first person to get it, their name is basically pronouns. That's awesome. That's the biggest troll, dude. That's amazing. And he's an intersex activist. Good for him.
Even better. So he was born into this.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay. So Mike brings up a really good point here. So we got all these volcanoes. Why aren't we just throwing the trash into them?
There's a reason why. Chemicals.
Oh, I guess it does release chemicals in the atmosphere. And that's not a very TeamSeas mentality, Mike. There's no chemicals in putting that into an orifice on the moon.
If we could somehow get it, you got to get it deep into the body. You got to get it. If we could somehow get the trash into the body of the Earth.
We just need a really deep hole, which is where TeamSeas comes into play. We're going to be digging a really deep hole to put all of this trash into that hole.
Yeah.
And that's...
They need like vacuum tubes that go to space. I would actually not, because you don't want to throw all the trash into space because then it'll just orbit Earth and then fall right back down and it cause the same problem, but differently, because you'll still have all the chemical burns and stuff in the atmosphere. But you could get it to the moon. You might even be able to get rid of all those alien infected, all the reptilians that live on the moon. You might be able to like get them out of there.
You know, that's a good point. So he says you'll never release as many chemicals as the volcano itself does. And thinking about the trash I've seen in the Corpus Christi dump, I would rather have the volcano chemicals.
But we're talking like massive amounts of chemicals, dude, being released into the atmosphere from a volcano. And it's not just Corpus Christi trash.
I thought that said flamingo diaper. It said flaming diaper.
Oh, I wouldn't mind seeing a flamingo diaper.
Yeah, I you know, I don't want it to be me, but if it was any one of my neighbors, I'd be like, that's kind of funny. I'm good with this.
Hey, I've got to go pick up Cassidy. How long are you going to be on?
I don't know. I'll hang out here for a bit. But how long does it take you to get back?
I don't know, about 15, maybe 20 minutes tops, if the traffic's crazy.
Let me see what I can do. Can you mount your phone on your dash?
Oh, I'm on my Wi-Fi. Let me see if I can take my phone with me. I might lose you. That'll be fun. Going on a car ride.
Road trip.
Well, am I flipping around?
Pick up trash if you see any trash on your way. We're going to support the cause. I'm going to do the same.
We're going on a car trip. Going on a car trip. That's how I am every time I get in my car. I'm like, yay, going for a car ride. All right, I'm switching off of the Wi-Fi.
And there he goes. I was waiting for it. Perfect face for him to land on. I'll be keeping. Oh, you're still going. You're still kicking. Keep going. You just got to get out of the area.
I'm looking for my shoes now.
I like how he has to look for him outside. No, he's back in the room now.
I'm back in the room now. I don't know what the hell I did with them. I'll just drive without shoes. Weird. Those damn reptilians at it again, stealing my shoes.
Are we still worrying about greenhouse gases, or is that a 1990 thing to worry about? I don't remember.
50-50, man. Half the country believes that that's just a narrative, and half the country thinks that we're going to die in 5 years.
Yeah.
I think it's a problem. I'm on the fence of whether or not it's as bad as they are telling us, but I'm not going to just say that it's complete bogus. But that makes me like a fence sitter, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll be straight up honest. I want to protect the environment. I want to get 30 million pounds of trash out of the ocean by the end of the year. I'm going to support these causes. I don't know enough about the greenhouse gases to be able to stand on that argument. I'll be honest about that. And I think Mike's right about the fact that volcanoes and cows release more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere than always have than anything that we do.
I mean, maybe if we split it up against like several volcanoes, or isn't there like a couple super volcanoes? One's in Yellowstone and one's over in Europe somewhere. Let's just stuff the one in Europe. Fill it with all the trash.
There's actually like 30 super volcanoes, and something like the vast majority of them are in our continent.
Yeah, like, oh man, I don't have the map of that either, but that's a funny. There's like 3 of them, aren't there?
Well, there's Yellowstone, but that's I think the 3rd or 4th biggest one on this continent. Like there's a couple down in
Really?
South America that are huge.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But I heard I don't know. I want to say that I heard Yellowstone was the first that's supposed to go is Yellowstone,
That's the one that's
and then it
been
can
the
go like anytime.
Yeah. And by any time, they mean it's been like 100,000 years since that thing's gone off, and it goes off once every 200,000 years. So I'm not even sure Yellowstone.
Am I starting to lose you?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, Mike, you're saying you don't think we're going to die in 5 years. I'm okay with if you do. I don't want to die in 5 years. Obviously, I have a daughter and a family. I'm not prepared for the lifestyle that is entailed with that, but I will be prepared very fast. You know, like I'm prepared to be prepared for that. Yellowstone's one of the largest of them. I don't think it is the largest. And
I don't think it's the largest, but it's like
some of the ones we've seen. Like some of the ones that we've studied from history.
But I thought that was the one that was supposed to go first. Like it's like the closest to erupting is that one.
Yeah, that's the one that's the most telltale or whatever. I know that there's some huge calderas out there where they're like the super volcano scale stops at 8. And there's a couple of them out there that would have reached 9 that just break all the scales. And I think Yellowstone would have been. I think Yellowstone is like an 8 on that scale. Oh, Yellowstone is the largest one that's out there right now. Okay. Oh, you got to survey it. What does that entail? What did you get to do? Is that where you're at? Where you're at? You're in North Dakota. Is that where it's? I've never been up that direction, so I can't recall. I don't know what state that's in.
If you're asking me questions, I might not be hearing. You're breaking up.
Yeah,
so I might not be able to respond.
I totally understand.
You're gonna have to
show us, it's like whenever you stop, you're gonna have to show us pictures out the window. Let us see what you're looking at.
All right, hold on.
Give us a tour of Waco.
Can I just tap it and then like have it switch?
I think so.
It's not like the phone. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get you a good view. Okay, let me change my camera. Back facing. All right, here we go. And
that classic Waco view. I like you got the skull in there. I like that you got your thing set up to where you can film while you're driving. Mine doesn't work like that.
This dude, it's funny. I get so many look. Actually, hold on. It's I get so many funny looks when I have this thing here.
I often see
it's funny when I go to.
I often see a tan FJ Cruiser cruising around Beeville or when I'm at the beach or something, and the skull is the first thing that I look for to see if that's just happens to be you randomly driving by.
That guy's got some skeletons on the back of his Jeep.
Hey, we got some people popping in here. Weekend Warrior Outdoors, sir. It's an absolute pleasure having you come and hanging out with us for a minute. We are celebrating the announcement of TeamSeas. And we are trying to help intervene to Mark Rover raise $30 million to 30 million pounds of trash out of the ocean, rivers, and beaches by the end of the year. Oh, we've also got TubeBuddy in the house. TubeBuddy, my best friend. I'm guessing is that Shelly. What are you doing today? Are we doing we got a two buddy TeamSeas thing going on? What's the inside scoop? And thank you for coming and hanging out with us for a minute. I'm drying up over here. We've been at it for a little over an hour now. I'm trying to go as long as I can. We're spreading the good word, man. We're all about it. To the point where my brother over here almost did it right. My brother over here, he had to go and pick up his daughter from school. So instead of dropping off, he decided just to take us with him on the drive. I haven't got the video yet. I haven't, but I will be able to here after the comment. Oh, is that Peter?
I was saying, yeah, y'all are coming with me on this one.
Oh man,
interesting press here. It's not horrible.
Yeah, you're cutting out on me, Peter. Go ahead and drive. We'll talk to you. Does that audio sound bad for anybody else, or is that just me? Rough on that, man.
Well, my audio is probably going to be messing up because of the like signals bouncing around towers. So
yeah, that's how that goes. Maybe if I just turn my volume down here.
Hey, am I allowed to show? I'm about to pull up to the school. Am I allowed to have kids on the stream? I should probably switch my camera back, huh?
Yeah, having kids on the stream isn't going to hurt anything. People get weirded out about stuff. I remember when people used to freak out about that. I don't think that's a thing we freak out about anymore. I don't think.
Well, it's funny to watch them because they. I'll get some really dirty looks when they see that skull. They see my buddy over here. But some of them laugh and they point and they laugh some more and then.
Oh, you're talking about like having the other kids. Yeah, as long as don't be pointing the camera at them. Like, don't be all creepy filming the kids on the sidewalk. If they accidentally come into frame, we don't really want that, but it's not going to be a big deal. No, Mike. Oh, I know. Okay, first off, the audio issues. It's not. The audio issues are not that they're from the signal or whatever. It's not the earphone thing being the issue. And for second off, I have those earbuds and I left them in our truck when Rachel went to work this morning. So she ran off with my earbuds, and I'm going like totally unprofessional in this entire live stream right now. I'm going to do it one way or another, and then I have to go and I'm going to film like half a dozen TeamSeas videos today and tomorrow morning because I'm going to be cramming them out there. I'm totally I'm actually legitimately totally enthralled and sold with this whole thing. I read the literature on it and I'm totally into what they're doing. So I am 100% committed to this endeavor.
There's a dinosaur over here.
What?
All right. Where is Cassidy? Hold on, I'm gonna flip
Did
the
they just ship
camera
her
around.
out to the corner and let her run to your car?
Say what?
Do they just ship her out the door and let her run to your car, or do you have to sign in something? Or
No, she's in a group. She's in one of these groups of kids here, and she usually runs out to the road, so I don't have to pull into this driveway. But I don't see her, which means she's not paying attention. Usually she's not paying attention. There she is. She's sitting in the corner.
Is she ever embarrassed about you picking her up, or has that not happened yet?
I don't think she's ever embarrassed.
Let's find out.
Here she is.
I am too sensitive.
Cassidy!
Cassidy!
I am crying. Please don't talk to me.
Oh, she's not having a good day.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cassidy. I'm sorry to hear that. We were going to have some fun. We were going to have you help make fun of your dad for just a moment, but you're having a rough day. I understand.
We're doing a live stream, and we were going to show off all the weird looking. There's a lot of weird looking kids, dude. They look like I saw this kid walking down the street and he looked like a rapper. He had like the hat like way up high and he had his pants way down low. And I was like, what I mean, what are they thinking, man? Like, how did that ever become cool?
I'm trying to
I see a banana.
There have been lots of bananas today.
There's a lot of bananas at school today.
What's a
One of
banana?
my dressed,
A banana.
one of my friends dressed up as a plague doctor with a black plague doctor mask and everything. It's really cool.
Oh, everybody's in costume because of Halloween. Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
They're doing this thing on Friday where we're
I'm
allowed
in
to dress up
costume
in
too.
costume.
I got my skateboard. It's with me at all.
I forgot I didn't have a costume, so I just put on my hoodie and made it look like I pretended to be a Sith Lord.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Most of my
That's
teachers
pretty
told me to put my hoodie off, though.
What? That offends me.
What they do?
You got kids running around in freaking dinosaur costumes, and Cassidy puts her hoodie on so she could be a Sith Lord because she didn't bring a costume. And they made her take her hood down. Well, there's dinosaurs and bananas running around. What kind of world are we living in?
Time to be offended.
Wait, I got an idea. Put your hood on.
Yeah, Mike, we are big fans of Sector 9. Yeah, I assume that's a Sector 9, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Got a good costume now.
Yeah, dude, it's one of those pintails. It's different than what I'm used to. I'm used to the tail having that lip and everything, but it's like longer than the one I used to have. It's like a 48-inch. I think it's 48. It's huge, and it's a lot of fun, dude. It's like riding a surfboard.
Dude, you got me into it. I took my old pintail out, and I've got it sitting by the front door. If Rachel's taking off with a truck, and I've got my truck buried in the driveway, so I just take the pintail out, and I've been riding up to the store for anytime I need to get something.
Man, I forgot how much I loved skateboarding, dude. I remember skateboarding like everywhere back in the day. Like living in Corpus, I used to take my skateboard like 10 miles down the road, like skating down Ocean Drive and stuff. It was the best. And then that board broke, and I just kind of forgot how much I loved doing that.
Oh, we got Neil. We got a piece of paper. I need to hold up a sign for him because he's got us on mute.
Am I muted? Am I muted?
No, you're not muted. Neil is Urban Van Life. He's got us muted because he's at work. So I'm going to write him a sign that says hi. I'm probably going to misspell his name, but whatever.
Did you say Neil? Okay, back on the road. Do you want to hold the camera or do you want the road?
Neil,
All right, go on.
I can record the road.
All right, Cassidy's going to record the road for me.
Oh, I guess I could have just typed him in the chat. I guess that'd have been a little bit easier.
Well, Cassidy, kids are jerks. You can be happy knowing that soon they'll all be burning in hell.
What's up? We go fishing. It's a pleasure to have you guys come and join us. We're just kind of hanging out. We're doing our part for TeamSeas, helping to raise money with in the biggest YouTube collaboration in the history of YouTube, trying to help raise $30 million to eliminate 30 million pounds of trash out of the oceans, beaches, and rivers by the end of the year. That's our goal for right now. The thing that we're working on. And actually, real quick, let's see where our numbers are at right now. Let me check this. So currently, we are at almost 850,000 pounds removed at the moment. We've almost hit 1 million.
No way.
Yep.
We're almost to 1 million already.
And we are under an hour and a half, and we're almost to 1 million.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Do this on Indiegogo.
Endeavor to be a part of.
We gotta get with this guy and have him help us like promote a comic book or something or a cookbook.
This whole Mr. Beast guy, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. Beast, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, that
Gotta get with him and collaborate.
Yeah, so I do the same thing. Like we are big fans of, like, we always bring back more than we take when we go out to the beach. I also have some pet peeves that I do. Like I don't use plastic bags. I got the reusable bags that we take with us when we go to the grocery store, and then some other weird habits that I got with all that. I never show that stuff in videos because I feel like it's like I'm full of myself. I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy who's sitting there going, "We don't use plastic bags. We're so much better than everybody." I mean, we do use plastic bags. We just, very sparingly. We do try to use the reusable bags. They're just better, not just for the environment, but you can fit so many more groceries into those bags. You look like a bigger, tougher dude when you're carrying the big bags that can hold like 5 gallons of milk per bag instead of 50 of those little plastic bags. But I digress.
Yeah.
I don't want to put all that stuff on video, but I'm going to start.
You know what else works really good? I've noticed to get rid of like plastic bags and stuff. We got to take a cue from Aldi. That store Aldi, they literally like shame you when you don't walk in with a pre-done like a cloth bag or whatever. If you don't come in with your own grocery bag, they shame you like out of the store.
I'm game for that.
You gotta start shaming people.
And it's got to be literally with like a palm front. You got to be like, for shame, for shame. Mike, they do
like
not
those masks.
They should. When I worked, I proposed that they do a charge for plastic bags. They don't do that. They didn't do that. Port Aransas, embarrassingly, this little town out on the island that we like going to, it's a tourist destination. It's a really pretty area. That's why we're always going there. So embarrassingly, they eliminated plastic bags a couple of years ago, and then they overturned the ban on plastic bags because residents were getting all pissy about not being able to carry their groceries. It's embarrassing. It's such a black eye in that beautiful little community.
I like paper bags, honestly. I don't care if they rip. It's almost worth the rip, dude. They're fun.
Yeah, I agree. We Go Fishing says he does the same. He doesn't put it in the videos. It's a mentality, and it burns you up when you see fishing spots trashed by fishermen. I totally agree. And I'm that guy that's, like I'll pull a fishing line, and I'll dump that in my cooler on the way out and throw it away when I get home. That kind of stuff. Cast nets bother me. Those $5 chairs you get from Walmart, like I'm always finding dozens of them around the jetty when we're spearfishing.
Those canopy.
We might be doing some spearfishing tomorrow if you're interested in going out, and it's supposed to look like it's gonna be a really pretty day. If you want to go meet up and maybe do some TeamSeas stuff out at the beach, that's what we're gonna be doing.
The worst are those beach spiders. Those canopy tents.
Yeah.
People just leave them there. That's like, I can't believe people just leave that stuff on the beach.
Yeah, I know. The canopy tents, yes. The beach spiders. I'm more of a, like, plastic is the one that really gets to me. Those beach spiders look terrible. They do rust away. It's the plastic stuff that really bothers me. Seeing all the plastic bags in the dunes and stuff. Water bottles drive me up a wall. We do the 5-gallon jug of water here, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, we use water cans. Every time we do, we have not eliminated that.
Hey, it's almost time for the trees to turn orange.
Yeah, like it looks so pretty when the trees turn orange.
Is that really your family, Mike? Like, what your family started Aldi, or they? What do you mean by that? I didn't know that.
Well, good. They're good. They do a good job. You should be proud of them.
I think Mike's full.
Felt
He's
more
always
guilty.
got these most like outlandish stories.
I've never felt more guilty than going into an Aldi store.
With the bags. We do need more of that, and people are so like sensitive. You know, that you propose that idea of like, yeah, we need to shame people who walk in that they're want a plastic, like the plastic bags should have a big butt on them or something. That's what they
No. What you got to do? Oh, I'm gonna turn the camera back around. What you got to do is, no matter what they come in with, if they got a plastic bag, you got to give them a dirty look and shame them. If they come in with like a homemade bag, you got to like bring them back. You got to like give them a dirty look and shame them. Like no matter what they do, they've got to be guilty, no matter what it is. And if what you're drinking like water. Are you drinking water seriously? You know what else drinks water? Every living thing, you jerk.
You're taking water from the plants that are here to provide air for you that you shouldn't even be breathing anyway because you don't deserve it.
Oh, let me guess. You want fresh produce, huh? Typical.
You're killing rabbits.
Yeah. And trees. I just want to have a store, Paul, where everybody feels guilty by the time they leave. I feel horrible about it.
Dude, Mike, I'll take your word on that. He's saying his family's from Germany, and his family's the ones that started Aldi. That's freaking awesome. I don't know Aldi. That's a Peter thing. I'm in South
Texas.
It's in Waco.
It's like a little mini grocery store. It's like a mini grocery store that they don't have plastic bags. I think you can get paper bags, but they'll make you feel bad about it.
Good.
Yeah, it's kind of, and they have like actually pretty good fresh produce and stuff. Like their products are a little expensive, but they're like worth it kind of stuff. More fresh, organic kind of stuff. But yeah, I always leave Aldi feeling like a piece of shit.
He says at Aldi they charge you 25 cents for a cart. That's a little okay. So that's another one of my pet peeves at the grocery store. So I like the reusable bags. I always bring, like when I'm in the parking lot, I always bring like 3 or 4 carts back to the store to help people out. I would be a little upset if I bring carts back and they charge me for a cart. I would be upset about that.
Is that like I never got charged. Maybe got like lackey employees. I don't know. Or maybe that's a new thing. Not a bad idea. Get your quarter back when you bring my basket back.
I support that. And I say like all of that money should go to the people pulling those carts out of the parking lot.
You know, there's a good metric you can gauge a city by, and that is how clean the parking lots are at the grocery stores.
Yes, but you know what? There's an asterisk on that one because they are gorgeous in Seattle, where it rains 90% of the year. So all of that trash is still going there. It's just getting washed off into the ocean.
Well, I mean, no, not trash. Like you can tell how good a city is by how many shopping carts are. If people put the shopping cart in the corral, you know, and everything, and they don't just leave it everywhere, then people have more pride in their city, as opposed if you go to a city and like there's shopping carts all over the whole parking lot and down the street, people don't care about their city there.
Yeah. So while we're sitting here doing this, Rachel's dad just popped in. Rich, you live on the island now. What brings you out to the dregs of society?
I come up and get some of my stuff out of your garage.
Oh,
I can function again.
Take it. Dude, I thought you were inviting me out for a fishing trip.
I'm going to give you a fishing report.
I saw some pictures. Actually, Perry hit me up. He sent me a video this morning.
So anyways, Chad, while Paul sits there and rudely talks to his father-in-law, I'll go ahead and talk to you because I care. Oh.
Yeah, we're going to be headed out.
We're
going to head out.
Where are you going to?
Not sure. Probably one of the jetties. He was at Fish Pass. He said they were tearing up not speckled trout, but the other trouts. the Sandys,
Sandy?
tearing them up out there.
Well, they were the other day. I was out there and they were loading up. They had boats, but these guys were fishing the pier, the pilings under Bob Hall with a silver minnow.
Yes.
That's all they were using. And then they had a grub like you gave put Rachel's with soft plastic.
Mm-hmm.
They were catching blues about that long. And they were tearing up their bait. They were fighting off the tails of the thing. They could have sharks too, but they caught two of them. The guy didn't know what they were. He asked me what they were. They said they're blues. But he caught the trout on all the trout on the silver minnow.
Perry was doing the same. He was using finger mullet. He was looking for flounder. Didn't get any flounder. But he did say there were some big reds or snook, something just out past the end of the jetty. They were out in deeper water, hanging about 3 feet under the surface. Couldn't tell what they were, but there's a lot of fish out there.
Yeah, they were tearing it up. Like if you look toward the end, Bob, hopefully to get out there, the water was just boiling at the time. So
yeah,
so something was schooling big time out there.
So that's going to be the plan on that. So you're welcome to it.
Anytime we're going to load up, we brought Savvy's shoes, the costume, or whatever she had. The one we're dropping them off. And
that's tomorrow night. If you want to come on out tomorrow after this.
I can't remember. I think ours is tomorrow night. We got the thing down there. We have to give out stuff at the house. So
okay,
I'll keep in touch with you. But I'm definitely going out in the morning. And they were, like you said, what caused all the water to go out? You know that like going over Oso Bay where that road is out there, it's normally wide enough to drive a vehicle on?
Yep.
It's 50 yards wide.
It's just the tides, just how the tides are right now.
Wow.
It's one of those where the sun and moon are both lining up.
It's like no first cut. You walk through the water about that deep and you're in the wastewater. That's where they were fishing.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And I also heard the pumping over on that outside bar right now.
One way or the other, I'm going to go in the morning. I'll keep in touch with you, but you guys are in the walkway out there. I may just drive out of my driveway and just cross the street.
Hey, we might join you on that. I'm not opposed to it. I've been told to do fish pass, but I know how that game is played.
Yeah.
So if you noticed or not, did you freeze? Did I lose you? Did y'all lose me? What's going on here?
I'm still going. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Peter?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Am I frozen?
Yeah, I don't know. You were for a minute on my end, but I can't tell if that's my phone or yours.
I don't know.
But by the way, I don't know how many people are watching, but if anybody knows anyone who wants a cute little bunny rabbit, a lion head, we got this sweetheart for sale. Y'all can message Stanley here.
I have no problems mediating the sales of your rabbits. This is not meat stock, though. Hey, I love Packers. You have excellent taste, by the way.
You got to save the bunny, or it's going to be shark bait. This is perfect shark bait size.
It is, and it's that time of year. So, also part of Save Our Seas. Check out the link in the description down below for TeamSeas. Help make a donation. Help us get 30 million pounds of trash out of the ocean by the end of the year. If you don't, we're going to be feeding bunnies to sharks.
Exactly. You know what?
He says you look like a supervillain.
Huh?
Mike says you look like a supervillain with that rabbit.
Excellent. Well, that's because I was playing with the rabbit and the shark jaws. All right, I see you with some beer, and I'm gonna get a beer.
Yeah, it's that time. I am on. I'm about 50% of my battery, so I'm doing okay right now.
Oh, I got a bunny and beers. Bunny and beers. The beers. All right. All right. She just likes to go for a ride.
She made the trip down here last time, right?
No, I don't think she's been down there. We had the other ones, the mama with us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is the baby, dude, from like just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And we've already got 2 new babies. We didn't even know she had babies. We were cleaning the cage, and the girls were like taking out all the trash and stuff, cleaning it, and they found 2 babies in there. I'm like, they're like, Daddy, get over here. There's babies in here. And I was like, when did she even have time? Like, when did that happen? She's been in that cage forever.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. I'm
All
real
right, hold on.
particular about the time when I get
drop the
a
bunny.
drink. You probably and I have probably talked about that in the
Here,
past.
you sit
We're
down.
right at that line where it's like I can have a drink and I'm not gonna feel all terrible about it. Sorry about that, my friend, but I'm happy to drink one for you.
I'd have been drinking earlier, except that I had to go drive. And drinking and driving.
We got to check in here, man. We're running close to that million pounds. Yes, we are over 1 million pounds already in an hour and a half.
Hey, give me a
Cheers.
minute. I'll be right. Well, I don't have my beer open, and I got to go for just a minute. I'll be right back.
All right.
And then I'll cheers you. I'll drink a whole beer. You want to see how fast I can drink a beer?
Oh yeah. Hey, everybody. By the way, like since we're on, do your thing, Peter. Do whatever you got to do. But while we're on the topic, today is Peter's birthday, so please wish him a very happy birthday. I got a joke out here about his 47th. It's not his 47th. It's like his 35th birthday. But happy birthday to more Peter.
Yeah, and y'all got to donate to my birthday to this fund, to the Seas thing.
The TeamSeas everything. I hadn't talked about it in a minute, but every dollar that we raise, everything that we get today, just FYI, it's all going to TeamSeas, trying to remove 30 million pounds of trash out of the ocean by the end of the year. We're doing a collaboration. Mark Rober, Mr. Beast. It's the biggest collaboration in the history of YouTube, and that's the whole thing. We're trying to save our seas.
I'll be right back.
Do your thing. Appreciate that. I love Packers. That's the champ. My father, my father-in-law, and my mother-in-law are here. They came. They dropped in the middle of what we're doing this to pick up some stuff, and so they're from Wisconsin. Everybody here is all Packers fans, so I can't say your channel name without everybody in the house. Without everybody. Oh, what? Mike, I don't blame you. He's an acquired taste and one that it doesn't take long to kind of get over it. It's like when you have like a really rich hamburger, you're like, man, it's a good hamburger, but then it's the onions were just not good, and they put avocado on it. And you're like, why did they do that? I didn't really want avocado on that. I guess I gotta get that. So as a joke, I put 47th birthday on there, not thinking that I'd be streaming long enough to where I'd be telling multiple people about this. It was funny the first time I did this joke, but now when that's the only like little thing that I got to put on there, and so now it's like if I do it more than once, like the joke is kind of lost now. Not quite as funny. I know. Sorry, Mike. I was going to save this, and well, I'm cheersing to the whole million pounds of trash. They're trying to hit 30 million pounds of trash out of the oceans by the end of the year. We're at 1.1 million in the first hour and a half, so we're off to a hell of a start. I think that's worth drinking. I was actually going to hold off on the drinking, but I'm going to celebrate that milestone. Actually, maybe I'm going to put out a tweet while we're sitting here doing this. Yeah, real quick, I'm going to put on a tweet. I'll let everybody get in on. Let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can. It's wrong camera. Okay, so let me just get everything. So okay, so let's do a little tweet here from everybody. already over, all caps, in less than 2 hours. $30 million of trash removed from our oceans by the end of the year is off to an amazing start. Get in on it now. TeamSeas.org. I typed this funny because I am typing it while too many characters live streaming. I tried to be funny about it. I couldn't. Not enough characters. All right, I'm back. See Peter on there yet though? Whew, man, this is the longest live stream we have done in probably over a year. And I tell you what, we're planning on being out at the beach early in the morning because it's going to be like really pretty and stuff like that. I am trying to figure out a way of doing a live stream from the beach while trying to film a video and everything else. It's really hectic. But I am trying to figure out a way to do that. I need to figure out a way to where I can live stream and film at the same time. I think it'd be kind of cool for people. Like, I always wanted to see what was happening behind the scenes for these other guys who are filming their fishing videos. I don't know if a live stream is the best way to do it. It'd be a cool way to collect that footage. But I always thought that'd be kind of a cool, deal to where you'd be able to watch that whole thing happen. Mike, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. I'm trying. It's been a long time since I've had to carry a live stream at the hour and 45-minute mark. But thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm trying. Just filming on the beach is tough. Yeah, it is. It's getting so convoluted these days trying to do that. Now, one of the best things that I ever did in my life for that was getting Rachel. Obviously, so we film with our phones, and getting Rachel, getting her a phone to where we can film and share the files, via Wi-Fi and stuff like that made a huge difference. It makes the biggest difference in the world when I have and Peter, I keep forgetting. I have a thing for you that I don't want to tell you about until I've done it. And I haven't done it yet, so I'm not going to tell you about it, but I'll tell you about it later. So we're talking about how difficult it can be to film. I'm throwing around the idea of live streaming tomorrow while we go to the beach, but it makes it really hard to film while at the beach and then try to do a live stream on top of that. It makes it really tough. And I was saying that one of the best things that I did was getting Rachel a phone with a good camera on it so we can share files. The videos are never better than when we have Rachel filming, when she takes with the commentary and everything else, it just makes the video so much more flavorful. And I was just talking about, to bring that back around, I was talking about that. It's amazing when Rachel does it. It's also, I get a lot of comments about Dad when we're offshore repairing and stuff like that. People want to hear the things that Dad has to say. And the same goes with you when you're filming, like what you did for Sharkathon. In our last video, so we caught that shark and it got tangled up with Odin and I almost beat Odin to death because he cost me the biggest shark of the trip. I would never have got that footage if it wasn't for Peter out there. We were all exhausted and he had to swim out there with a camera while we sat there and fished, and I never would have gotten that footage if I didn't have him filming. So
yeah, man, that was fun. Actually, that was kind of funny putting that camera. I was trying to figure out a way to swim with it recording, but I was gonna stick it. I had to bite it down. I had because I had to paddle. So I doggy paddle.
I had the same thing. You know what I did is I had that camera on my chest. I hit record on that while I was swimming, so I did get rid of the footage.
It's stupid. I've got well, I didn't have a shirt on or anything, so it wouldn't have worked. But I have one of those backpack things, and I've been considering doing live streams with a phone or something on the little backpack strap mount. It's like a backpack strap mount.
Is it got the pole that goes down in front of you, or is it just like a mount on the backpack?
Oh.
And Mike, you are absolutely not wrong. Savannah is the absolute superstar of the channel, period, bar none. That's why I try not to show too much of her. I don't want her to have too big of a head, and I don't like her. You know, I'm a little bit mad that she outshines me. So, as her dad, I'm like, no, I'm going to shut you down. You're going to eat your vegetables, and you're not going to be a bigger star than me. I will be getting her into more videos. We got some stuff coming up. I'm going to have her on some stuff. I'm working on that. She gets into her little, you know, she's 10 now, and she's getting into her, she wants to hang out with her cousins, and she wants to do her stuff. She doesn't really, you know, she has less interest being on camera these days. We're different, though.
So, it's this guy right here. Basically, it's like a clip, so you can clip it on. But ultimately, it's just a mount, right? So I can like mount anything to this and actually take this, stuff out. So it's a cool little clip. Might be able to clip it to a shirt or something even.
Oh, I like that.
And then mount anything to it. Like you can mount the poles to it and everything. And although I would imagine being on like a shoulder strap, it'd wobble a lot. But you can figure out how to fix that. Then it'd be a good little...
You know, that'd be interesting, but that's what I have the chest camera for. However,
that's like
I can't get audio on that anymore. So
I don't want to run around with one of those. I'd rather have a backpack with a camera on the backpack. If I'm going to skate around, I'm not sure where I would use that mount, but I imagine I want to do some like morning skate streams where I just go, like Waco's got some really awesome hills. I just want to be like, hey, everybody, I'm going to hit this hill real quick, and then hopefully I don't get hit by a car or wipe out, which I probably will.
Yeah, Vigo Fishing says it looks like some sort of medieval torture device. You need Peter's got, like, I do everything. I'm just a guy who, like, I decided to do YouTube. I picked up a phone, and I've collected some phone trinkets and stuff, you know, here and there. Like, I've got some stuff that I can hook up into my phone to make it, you know, a little bit better for the YouTube channel for what we do. Peter is the actual, like, camera guy. He is the one who was into like making movies and doing all this stuff well before I ever did. All I did was start hitting record on fishing trips. But like, if you want to see something crazy, look at his collection of stuff that he has. His computer setup, everything is like really top of the line. It's actually very unfortunate that he's not making videos, and everybody really needs to harass him about this, because if he did get his channel together and start making videos, they would blow me out of the water.
I need to be able to drink. I need somebody to talk to. Sitting around talking to myself just makes me go crazy. I need to drink and somebody to talk to.
I know that our time is like limited, or it's like it's hard to like line up our timing stuff, but I am totally 1,000% sold on anything that you are doing, like your comic book stuff, any channel stuff, whatever you're doing. I'm totally in on that. You want somebody to talk to? I'll talk to you. I think we need different backdrops or something so that a live stream on my channel is different than a live stream on your channel. And we are going to be talking about different topics, but I'm sold. You want someone to talk to for a live stream on your channel? I'm all about it.
All right, well, I'm down for that. And I can change the camera angles between, maybe this will be my stream, and then like I'll do this for yours or something.
I'll do the same thing. Like, this will be my stream, but that'll be your stream. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to like move my camera around and it's giving me trouble. I got that arm. Dude, what is the deal with this thing? There's my awesome computer setup.
That's
with
so
the
bad.
Can you see? Can you see you?
I see me. What's the lag?
It's like a couple seconds.
That is a long lag on it. There it is. Okay, I see it now.
Well, it's like a lag of like, yeah, that's pretty crazy lag.
Is that, Am I having audio issues again now?
No, that's just we're live, so we're gonna be like one thing, and then I'm feeding the internet through my computer, watching the live stream, and then you're watching my camera record that lag of a live stream, so that like triples the lag.
Yeah, okay. I wondered if that. I didn't know if that happened on like the physical recording of a live stream, but I was curious if that's what was going on. If that happens.
Move my camera back over here. I got to get a good set. I got to clean up a little bit because I actually kind of like.
You just need to do it. You just need to hit record.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying right now is like, I do like this angle because now I can actually like get on my computer and read the chats and everything. Before I had to have a tablet, and that way I could have that my monitors, my computer monitors with like the video playing in the background. Or maybe I'll set up a green screen.
I would like to be able to do a good green screen. That'd be fun. I don't have a purpose for it on this channel. And we had a guy back in the day who did live streams, and he did green screens, and he did some pretty ridiculous stuff with them, to where it's like I kind of tend to stay away from that because I don't want to be kind of lumped into that whole ridiculous thing.
I want one of those cartoon people at the bottom of the screen that sit there and react to everything I say. I see it on Twitch.
Yeah, okay, that's totally different. That'd be cool. And like We Go Fishing says they just got a green screen they do like some news stuff outside of YouTube. And it's actually a pretty cool little deal. Like I keep up with it for the purposes of like actually trying to keep a bridge to the news. So they're trying to do a green screen setup now for the news kind of style that they're doing. Me? Okay, Peter, I'm going to back out. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to have to ask you to hold it down for just a moment while I do that because of audio issues.
That's cool. I'm just over here trying to post the link to the stream on the Facebook. Maybe get some people over here. I don't know how many people are watching. Let's see, 5 are watching right now. I'm talking us through air vents for our wrap-up segments and news channel. Looking forward to. You know what? I've got this cool green screen, and it's got the poles. You know, you can you have the 2 poles, and then you like run the green screen across it. But I haven't figured out how to do the green screen on the computer live. Like I can do green screens like crazy, and I've got some really cool ideas for green screen, but I haven't been able to figure out how to do it live.
Yeah, that's where you need that switcher.
Wow. Yeah, I need to get that thing going. Man, I've been learning about it.
You dedicate different buttons to the different overlays. So like an overlay is actually an active video stream with basically a green screen background, to where you know the button itself, you hit the button and it pulls up it pulls up an entire video feed, but it's green screen to where you see your face, you know, and the only thing that actually is seen is whatever overlay pops up on that.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna this weekend. I'm gonna plug it in. I'm gonna give it a shot, see what happens. See if I can figure this thing out.
I love this. You have been talking comic books and movies and all the stuff that I like. I can't talk about this stuff on my channel, but I'm more than happy to do it on your channel. And I will find a different corner of the house so that I have a different background. We'll make this different. It'll be a cool deal. I'm all about it. You want to do live streams? Talk about different stuff. I'm into it.
Man, I wish I had recorded that conversation I was having with Andrew last night. That was a good several hours worth. I'm like, man, we should have done a live stream. Like that would. I cannot get this guy to do a live stream, man. And we talk comic books and movies, and we can do that for hours.
Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I wanted to get that little ticker thing up. Yeah, we had talked with Ben about that stuff. Like we had a blast at SharkThon. We were talking about all that. We had that conversation with Ben, who was on the live stream earlier. For anybody who missed it, Mr. Corubius. That again, I'm totally into it. I think that would be a blast. And speaking of which, on that note, also, anybody who wants to pop on for a few minutes, if you want to come and hang out with us, I can drop the link. Or Peter, do you have the ability of dropping that link in the chat? I think I can, but I would have to step away. Like I'd have to actually drop off of the stream for a moment to do it.
Yeah, my camera's gonna be a little bit wonky. Let me see what I can do.
If anybody's interested, let me know. We'll see about getting Peter to drop that in there. If you want to hang out and just talk, obviously we're doing this whole TeamSeas endeavor, and I wanted to get some people involved. I want to give an opportunity, and I forgot to mention that earlier. If anybody does want in on that, you are absolutely welcome to come and join us. And we lost Peter. Oh. I don't get to hang out with him enough here. I really enjoy talking to him. So I will leave. I don't have the chat open anymore. I can open the chat, I guess. And I'll give you a link to his channel in the event that is something that you would be interested in checking out. Because we will do some fun. We can be a little bit more flexible about the things that we do on his channel, about the things that we talk about. You know, for obvious reasons, I've got to be a little bit picky about what I do on this channel because I don't want to alienate anybody. But if that's something you'd be interested in, hanging out, talking about, you know, comic books, movies, politics, you can get in on that. We can have that conversation a little bit more.
Wait a minute.
On his channel. Peter, can you type something in the chat? Real quick here. Mike, I don't know. I believe he does. I thought he had a ranch. I'm not sure, but I thought he did.
What's that?
I thought you were a moderator on my channel. Oh, God, just don't profit off the death. See, this is a fun conversation. And if you want to come up here and talk about this and plug your channel and everything, you're welcome to hop on if Peter can get the link going.
I thought I posted it. When I lost my signal there, I jumped on YouTube and then wrote it in the chat. But I'm not seeing it on the computer just yet.
Can you type just any kind of message in the chat right now? I need to check and see if you're a moderator.
No. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm on the wrong channel.
I just invited, I made an open. This is the problem with YouTube. So I'm making an open invite for people to jump on here. You're not a moderator. Let me fix that. Okay. Now you can post a link. Sorry, that's my fault. Yeah, hey Mike, dude, I will never take that from you, dude. You know what you're talking about more than I do. I get on camera and I talk. You know your stuff. I appreciate it.
Okay. I'm gonna try this again. I'll be back if I get cut off. Hold up.
You shouldn't have to. Oh, I wonder if I can just do it from here.
I mean, I can hear you.
Broadcast info. I might be able to do this. Edit room. You know, I want that. I don't know.
Boom.
They make this kind of difficult to share. I can't get it on my computer because the two-factor screws it up.
I think I got it.
Okay.
There it is.
If anybody wants to hop on, unless you're going to talk about death, then you're not allowed. So We Go Fishing got in trouble. Some people died fishing. So he does, some news stuff. And I don't remember the conditions or whatever, but basically, these guys got killed fishing. And so he did a news thing on it, telling everybody, hey, this is things that you need to be careful of because you can get hurt or die if you don't, if you do something stupid while you're out fishing. And so, one of the first comments he gets is somebody coming on and telling him, you don't need to be making videos like that. You're just trying to profit off of people's death. Really?
That happened recently?
Yeah, that's like his. I think that was his last video that he posted. Here, I'm bringing him on now. Let's see what he says.
Really? I don't know who you're talking about.
All right. So I need to have a word with you about you profiting off of me.
I'm bringing him on now. Let's see what he says. Really? I don't know who you're talking about.
What have you got to say to yourself? I need to have a word with you about you.
His microphone is like
Is there
he
feedback
just turned
coming
down
off
the
of this?
TV.
Yeah,
There you
he's
go.
perfect. You live stream. I see you live stream. You know what you're doing.
Let me do this. Give me.
Hey, we all get through live. But shoot, I'm here. I don't have my headphones on, so I can't even I can't give you a hard time about that.
I don't think my headphones sound that great. That's why I don't wear them.
All right.
There
That's
he
better.
is. You got it. You hear me okay?
Yeah, that should be better, hopefully.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
There.
There's a little bit of a lag, it seems like, but.
Oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry, but we can get through that. Dude, this is the very first time, the very first time I have had the privilege of having you on the channel. It's an honor and a pleasure, sir. I am a huge fan. I appreciate you hanging. I appreciate everything that you guys do. However, we do have to have a word about your profiteering from people's deaths.
Wasn't I supposed to laugh?
This is we're mad.
Super villain.
Yeah, where's the rabbit?
Yeah, no kidding.
So what happened? What was the deal with that?
Well, we run, for those of you who don't know, all right. Let me check. Like I said, there's a little bit of a delay, so I'll try if this is coming through or not. So we're on Newsbreak, and on Newsbreak, we run a news fishing channel. And in the news fishing channel, what we do is we talk about the news of the fishing news in Texas, things like that. Well, there were some fishermen that died in Texas, and we were trying to give some safety tips of how not to get, how not to happen to you. And in doing so, I share it out on all the different platforms and things like that. And on the Glorious Good Book, Facebook, one of the users commented that he was very disappointed in us because we were profiting off of death. And I think somebody said, then I'm not attending any more OSHA safety meetings because that's also profiting off of death. So thought that was very interesting. Then somebody else said, well, yeah, we all go fishing. So there you go. There's some more profiting off of death, I guess. I don't know. Such a bizarre thing.
There is nothing wrong with profiting from death. Darth Vader spoken.
That very same day, I got a comment. It was one of the very first on this recent video that I put out. I think you saw it where I'm paddling baits out and there's a shark underneath me. I photoshopped the shark into the thumbnail. What wasn't seen where I messed up is that I cut the part of the video out where we're sitting there and joking about photoshopping stuff, and Peter was going to CGI in some sharks for the drone footage for the actual video. I had like 5 days worth of footage. I neglected to put that into the video, so it was a mistake on my part, but there is actually a joke about us doing that. I got that same harassment about like clickbait and everything the same time you got your harassment. And so when I saw that, I was just like, man, I feel your pain. I'm really sorry to hear that. People can be shitty sometimes, and we experienced that entire thing together, whether you know that or not. It gets shitty sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately. That's the way people can be. But, it's still fun. It's enjoyable, and we do our best to feed the trolls.
You know what? I feel left out. Like I need to get my channel going so I can get some subscribers so that I can get some hate. Because nobody hates me anywhere.
You don't count until somebody out of the blue says something so shitty that goes straight to your core. Like you haven't experienced YouTube until you have experienced that. Like you
Yeah.
put your heart and soul into something that you're so passionate about. You put so much work, so much sweat, labor into to have somebody go like, that green was a little wrong.
You know what? Okay, I have gotten a little bit of hate, but not recently. Remember when we did Shootout?
Mm-hmm.
I did get hate from a specific person. I'm not gonna name, but they were basically told me that was the dumbest thing, the biggest waste of time.
Yeah,
That's sweet, Mike.
Mike, do it.
You got to troll me on Twitter, bro.
Please do it, Mike. Please. He needs to experience this, and nobody does it better.
Well, I'm waiting.
Well, yeah.
So you got somebody. So okay, we the Shootout. We did a 7-day film festival in Corpus Christi for a couple of years, and we were goofy about some of the stuff that we did. Like we put a lot of work into it. We did good stuff, and we won an award every single time we did it.
We also did it knowing that this was a goofy film, and that it's obvious that this is not a serious film. So like hate comments are just kind of like back at you, buddy, because like duh. We had basically, instead of using weapons in the movie, we did our fingers, so that we had to add special effects to the and it just made it a big funny mess.
Yeah, it's just fun, Yeah,
it was fun. And I got some hate, like, what a stupid idea. What a stupid.
Yeah, it was.
It was stupid. Right. And I was like, it was. And actually, I hate myself in every movie I've done for 7 day, because I'm always like obese, and I always like have some weird condition in my face, like shaved and whatever. I don't know. Like, it was horrible. I can't stand watching it. Yeah. But I'm not going to delete it because it's funny. And that was like my best role ever.
Well, and normally the comments just kind of brush them off. It's whatever. Every once in a while, you get that one that just pokes at you. And like my wife loves hearing that she's clickbait. She loves that.
I've been there, done that. I've experienced that one. Though you cannot have your wife in a thumbnail. Period. She can be like literally. She can be in a wetsuit with a trench coat, and she's clickbait. Like it just if she's in it, period, bar none.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't. But
I mean, that's why you have wives, right? That's why we gotta have wives. Clickbait.
For me, I'm like, hey, she's hotter than me, so
right.
What do I do?
That's that's one of the founding principles of the channel, is that like I do fishing, which is kind of cool. It's really pretty out there, but I ain't. So, throw my wife in there, who's a fun personality and way better to look at than I am, even if she's in a trench coat and a wetsuit. You're welcome.
Exactly. See, my goal is I endeavor to be prettier than my wife. Like, I want to be the clickbait.
Yeah. That's not going to work for me. I just, it's just the way it is.
You're gonna clickbait in the wrong crowd, Peter. I'm telling you right now. It's not the crowd you're looking for.
Yeah, probably. That's what's gonna happen.
It's all about knowing your target audience.
That ended up like that.
Yeah, targeting that niche audience. That's where you're gonna be.
Yeah, that's exactly. That is so well put. You did that so like professionally. It's a niche that you may want to research before you begin targeting it.
That might not be your market, your demographic.
Just know your demographics. That's all. Yeah.
I just got to put a big bear flag behind me, and I'm good. The bear community loves me, man.
I'll let it slide. It's
some
not
jokes just write themselves. I mean, just write it down. There you go. So,
wear my brony shirt.
You guys are going to be fishing this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going out in the morning, and we've been talking about this. We are going to get this thing together. You and I have talked at least a dozen times about getting it together, and we keep like, you're here, I'm here, and it's this time and that. Yeah, and it's just like even multiple times a day we keep missing each other. I don't know what my plans are, where I'm going to be at tomorrow. I'm going to be out there early in the morning. I have to leave early because Savannah has a dance recital, so I got to get her back in time to get dressed and ready for the whole thing. I do want to film like the segments that I need for a half dozen TeamSeas videos because I'm going to be cramming out content for the remainder of the year, all dedicated to TeamSeas. It's all going to be in partnership with those guys. I'm going to get that stuff out there. I want to film a lot of it tomorrow. I don't know where I'm going to do that. I've had people tell me Fish Pass is the place to go. It is absolutely loaded with fish. I'm not the biggest fan of Fish Pass, and I think it was you who was telling me earlier where it's been like totally dead there recently.
Yeah, I've gone out there. I've gone out there twice now in the last couple of weeks, and it's just been kind of dead. Although this is the time of year for the blues and stuff, and they kind of can stack up there. But they keep saying the jetties are still hot. I don't know. My boat doesn't go out to the jetties. I'm not that kind of adventurous, so I've got that pro skiff, so it's not going to go out there. But the fish are stacking up. It's a great time of year. We're going to be down there all next week. We're going to be down there Monday through Friday, so we'll be down there all week.
Okay, so just for the record, I'm professionally, I'm hammering through this whole thing.
You want to come say hey?
Our streaming software, I had a very hard time hearing any. I'm really sorry about that.
Well, I was talking about my wife, and I'm gonna put her in a live stream because she's here.
Bring her in.
Hey, we were
Karen,
just
you wanna
talking
say hey?
about clickbait and all that other stuff. How are you doing?
I recognize you.
Nice.
What's up? He's got headphones on, so I'm trying to hear what you're saying, but
We have terrible audio on this end. I'm having a hard time hearing that end. I'm going to let him please express to Karen all the niceties that I can't put out very well.
What was that?
Audio issues, man. Hey, welcome to live.
We got to clean this stream up, Paul.
I know. Well, one of these days we're going to do it all like nice and professional. We're going to do it right. We're going to have like studio stuff and headphones. Hey,
there we go.
welcome. I was saying earlier, it has been stupid. It really stupid that it took this long to get you guys onto the channel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't harass you guys about that more.
That is so true. We should have joined you a long time ago.
Yep. And I'm sorry about that. We haven't done a live stream in a while. And we keep missing each other. Like you guys are in Aransas Pass and I'm fishing Bob Hall. And then I go to Port Aransas and you're like, we're all across the board here. We've talked about it a dozen times. We're going to get it together.
We need to. The kids keep asking.
Same
said
here.
you have a
Savannah
daughter?
to play with when we're out there.
They said you have a daughter wants to play.
Mm-hmm. She needs someone to play with. She's caught enough fish to where she doesn't enjoy sitting there and holding a rod anymore. We need to do something to make it a little bit more fun. Having somebody to play with, and experience like the beach and stuff with the kids. My brother here, he's got 2 daughters. He doesn't come down enough. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to kind of push him into like trying to get down here more often.
I'm down to come down.
Yeah, Peter, this is Karen from We Go Fishing. My apologies for lack of introduction.
Hey.
I'm
We have the same issue. Yeah, our kids, they love fishing at first. Everything's awesome. They're catching stuff with the rod. And then after the 8th or 9th time, they're like, I'm good, Dad. We're just going to play. But then they want somebody to play with. And so my littlest one is great about getting a surfboard out and just trying to catch a wave. But the older 2 just sit in a chair with a book, just nobody's playing. So they love it when we go with people. So we need to hook up.
I totally agree. And one of my goals, especially right now, this time of year is when it gets good. One of my goals is to get Savannah into surfing. I'm going to start having surfing lessons for her. I cannot achieve the things in my life that I want to until she is a professional surfer. So I got to make that happen.
Well, let me know any recommendations for a first-time kids surfboard. So I want to get Cohen a good one for Christmas, but he's only 9.
Yeah, we can have that conversation. First and foremost, I would say go to Wind and Wave. Charlie is he's the one that runs that place, and he's hooked me up with all of the boards that I've got over the years, and he does a really good job about sizing you. Especially someone who's 9, you need to look at their body weight plus their height plus the what direction they're going to go. So he's a great person to talk to. I'm more than happy to have the conversation with you as well, but I won't lie, he'll have it more professionally than I will.
Well, I keep going back to whether I should get him a kid's longboard or just an adult shortboard, which are very similar in height, but I need to ask these guys.
You know what? My 2 cents on that. I would suggest going with the longboard, because you can find the shortboard in a pawn shop for $100 all day long. So if you're wrong about the longboard, it's not. It's less expensive to fix that problem than vice versa.
Well, not to mention longboards are general. I mean, not to say that the shortboards are like useless down there, but the waves aren't necessarily shortboard material in South Texas. It's way more fun to ride a longboard.
You do increase the amount of time you get to surf if you have a longboard. It's more common to be able to ride any day with a longboard. The shortboard, you have to have the right conditions for it.
And I was never good enough to be a shortboarder, but I'm too big.
I was able to do shortboard for like maybe 3 years when I was at my absolute prime. And I just didn't get to do it enough, living an hour away. And then the conditions for shortboard for me only occurred, maybe once a month. So it just wasn't enough for me to be able to keep in the shape that I needed to be able to do shortboard. He's different. He's a different size. I'm 6'3", different ball game, but it does play.
I thought the opposite. I've never surfed, so I thought a shortboard would be easier. But it turns out the longer, the more stable the board.
Yeah, I'm not going to say easier. It's the longboard is easier in some regards. The shortboard is easier in others. There's a lot to it. Like the shortboard is easier to paddle through waves because there's less board to like duck dive as a maneuver used to get past the waves. And paddling out is the single hardest part of surfing. So you are eliminating a very difficult part of surfing with a shortboard, being able to duck dive under waves. That having been said, after you paddle in and get a wave, you're going to get more out of that wave with a longboard, unless it's a really good wave. So there's a lot of variables with it.
I guess that's true too.
Right now he's surfing on a boogie board, so anything's better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got a couple of surfboards. We get it together. Like we're talking about putting in a little time tomorrow. I'm afraid there's zero surf tomorrow. That having been said, I have a couple of boards, and we get something together on a 3-foot surf day. More than happy to bring my boards out. They can play with them and see their opinion on them, kind of get a feel for things. If we can get that done before Christmas. And right now is when the surf starts getting good. So if we can do that before, and kind of give you an idea for things, I'm more than happy to.
Well, we're not going to be there till Monday.
Okay.
You're going tomorrow?
In the morning, I'm going to be out for just a bit. I'm going to film. We're doing the whole TeamSeas with Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, trying to eliminate 30 million pounds of trash out of the ocean by the end of the year. And so I'm going to hammer out a ton of videos on that by the end of the year, and I need as much B-roll as I can get. Tomorrow's going to be about the best day to do so.
My son just told me about that. Yeah. Do you want Ben back?
Sure. Bring him on. And thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure.
She's pretty good to look at, so it works out better.
Oh, man. We needed to talk with StreamYard about doing something about reducing the sizes of people's frames. Like, you were good for a minute there, but then you came back on camera, and now it's just,
What are you going to do? Now, we have been talking about the boy likes to surf.
Yeah.
And so she's been trying to figure out, and I know nothing. So, but
I
she
got
did tell you.
back from that. I got a couple boards. We'll bring them down. We get our thing together. We need at least 3-foot surf, but we'll get it together. I'll throw all my boards out there. Boys can have fun. They can check it out.
Yeah.
They think give you some input on that.
Yeah, that sounds good. And she did tell you that she just got the Texas Elite Angler. She tell you?
Yes.
Yeah.
They never wrote me back. They never said a word about it. We entered both of our things, and she just totally they dropped the ball on us. You beat it.
Did you?
I spent all of last year getting that, and you guys totally beat us to the punch.
No, she's just a paperwork. That's what she does. Yeah, she got.
I'm gonna have to have a little chat with them about. I need to borrow her.
Yeah, she'll fill it all out. Yeah. But she was waiting for the redfish. That's what she needed, the redfish, and she finally got that one, and that sealed it. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Just a minute. Rachel's fan just got home. They walked in the door, and she's like, "What are you doing? Still live stream?"
Yeah, they walked in. They had no idea. She was at GameStop.
Yeah.
Apparently, the new Metroid came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You see, this is a conversation Peter. This is a conversation we need to be having on your channel.
The Dread, right, or something like that.
Yeah, he's holding up Metroid Dread.
Yeah, looks cool. They went back to side scroll, if I'm not mistaken. Like they've been doing that for the past couple games. That was like my all-time favorite game was Metroid.
Oh yeah,
Metroid 3 was
Zelda classics.
Yeah.
Yes, baby. We have straight up whiskey in the bottom cabinet down there.
I need whiskey. I don't know. I don't need whiskey. I need vodka. I'm out of vodka.
I'm doing wine. No, we're not out. We have the good stuff down there.
I've got good beer and I've got port.
It's in the boxes, Rachel. You have to open the boxes. The bottles are in the boxes.
Well, Stanley,
just be on camera when you're like.
Look at him. What a rude host. Isn't he so rude?
I know, right?
Hey!
I'm going to take you with me, and we're going to get Rachel some whiskey.
No, I know where the whiskey is.
No, I drank all the vodka. There's just whiskey.
Well,
It's
Stanley,
funny when the
Peter,
family
good
gets
talking
home.
with you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pop back off, but I'm gonna stay in the live stream and interact in your chat a little bit.
Hey, I appreciate
Awesome.
you, man.
Yeah.
Let's not let this amount of time pass before we do this again, and let's get it together. We need to get together at the beach. That needs
I have
to
an
happen.
idea to do a series of interviews of South Texas fishermen, and you're on my list. So,
Dad, you're like, hey, I need to talk about borrowing your wife. I understand.
all right, man. We'll catch y'all soon.
I appreciate
Take
that.
it easy.
Hey, Savvy, what am I feeding you for?
Y'all are on the liquor hunt?
Well, she's got the whiskey now. She thought there was vodka, but I drank all of that.
Dude, why doesn't vodka last in our houses, man? I had 2 big blue bottles and they disappeared. It's disappeared.
Yeah, I just bought this bottle this week, and all of a sudden it's totally gone. And actually, Rachel's been sick. She hasn't been able to drink. So I don't know where that whole bottle went.
It's the I'm telling you, Paul, Texas is infested with reptilians.
Yeah, and they live off of vodka. So we're going to have to make
They live off of vodka.
We might have to make a vodka run.
I need to get some vodka. Actually,
I'm
I'm kind of surprised Amber hasn't gotten home yet.
She's probably doing Fall Fest. Are they having Fall Fest as well?
Are they doing a Fall Fest thing right now?
They might be. Or they might be at the store getting like cake mix or something. I know that Hazel wanted to make me dude, this is cool. So Hazel comes home. She was basically, she was out on the playground, the park playground outside their school, picking up pecans because she knows I like pecans, and she wanted to make me a pecan cake. And so she had this big cup of pecans, kind of like she did with the coquinas at the beach.
Yeah.
And she had this big cup, and Amber was like, well, that's not enough to make a cake. So instead, she gave me the cup of pecans. And she's like, well, we got to figure out. He likes pecans. We have to figure out how to make a pecan cake. So I'm like, chocolate pecans, man. I'm down.
Lunch. She has
pasta stuff down in there.
Well, that's fine now. She can have that.
I started that.
Oh, also, have you ever had like there's a Jamaican restaurant over here, right? I'm pretty sure it's Jamaican. They have this we just had it the other day. Amber was like wanting to try something different, so we ate this. We ordered this Jamaican food, and it was curry goat. Amber's like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Curry goat.
That sounds amazing. Goat is highly underrated. That is a good tasting meat.
Dude, it was amazing. It was so good. And the one thing I did not like was they had little sharp chunks of bone throughout the whole thing. And that was a little disheartening when I'm like munching down on some goat meat and I get like a big old sharp chunk of bone, dude. Everything from like that big to like tiny little bone chunks. And I'm like, that's a weird thing to leave in your like. It was almost like it was like shredded goat, dude. But that's a little bit too easy to choke on. But whatever, I just got it out. I didn't really care.
Some of the restaurants down in Mexico, I say some, it's like one restaurant down in Mexico that we go to. They I don't know what their thing is. Like, I'm totally fine with this. I don't see this being something that pulls tourists in for the food or whatever. But they get all of their animals that they're going to cook for the day, and they skin them and they hang them up in the front window.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all the different kinds. It's all the animals that you would expect to find in a window down in Mexico. But it's like they hang up. There's like a half dozen goats.
Yeah.
All hanging up, waiting for the grill in the front window.
It's been a while, but I remember when I was a kid, we went down there. I was like 14.
Oh, dude, this is freaking awesome.
It's a letter.
It is. It's a letter. Oh, that makes my freaking day. That's raffle tickets for a boat that's being raffled off in Florida by the Coastal Conservation Association. It's $1,500 worth of raffle tickets.
And you got to sell them?
No, they're mine. They're for like the raffle.
Oh, you bought $1,500 worth of raffle tickets?
No, I didn't. I cannot afford $1,500 worth of raffle tickets, but I got them.
Nice.
Yeah, that is freak. That makes my day. I got to fill them all out now and mail them back. No. All the other stuff, that's for you guys. Ben, the whiskey that Ben gave us, that goes to you. But the boat, that's all mine. Whoa, no, Rachel, they didn't do it right.
It's kind of funny.
It's for two boats, but
Huh?
they gave me all tickets for the one boat. And that boat's a little bit bigger than the other boat, so it's a little bit more than 1,500.
Well, it just means you have more chances to win that big boat.
Yes, yes, it does.
Amber and I pulled our stuff and we got the giant thing.
Unless
I'm telling you,
they have
man.
another letter coming.
We've got to go hit up all those boat shows in Corpus and like every raffle they have and every booth and sign up for every little thing they got.
Hey, I totally agree. I don't know where to track this down, where to find out I always hear about them like, oh, there's a boat show this weekend. Like, I never hear about it in advance. I'm looking for it. I'm all about it. And Peter, like, I could use some assistance with doing that. You know what I mean? So
I'm totally down. I'm always down
for the boat show.
I'm always down for doing something like that, but it's the Selena Memorial, right? Selena Memorial Coliseum.
Do they actually keep track of their events there?
Well, isn't that where they usually do it?
Or like, no, because they also do it in Orange Fest.
We just got to look up the venue with it. Well, I guess you could Google like Texas boat shows or whatever, or marina conventions. But anyway, basically, you just got to Google search it. Go through Google searches. Anyways, it can't be that hard to find out that there's these places, these venues are going to have a list of events, and you just got to look at the events they're having, and then plan to show up like we did in homeschooling.
I'm game. Yeah, exactly. Like what? Yeah, that's exactly right. The stuff that Mom used to do. I definitely want to get into doing that. There's some I want to go to check out in Florida, but
Oh yeah.
just getting in on the ones that are down here, like right here in our backyard, it's high on my list of priorities. High on my list of things.
You know what? I haven't even looked, but I'm sure there's a bunch of outdoor stuff up here in Waco because of there's a big outdoor community up here. I mean, half the city is parks.
If you come across one, that's a strong. You know, I'm sitting here saying like, oh, you can come down for a weekend. We'll have fun. You can make the drive. But man, you find an event that's going on up there where I can go and like, you know, do my thing out in there. I might say no, but I'd have to put I have to very seriously consider doing that, you know? So,
You know, I've been wanting to do a little bit of outdoor stuff, right? Like the skateboarding down the hill and everything. But one of the things I want to do is I want to go down that hill, which has there's bamboo. You've seen it. There's bamboo all over the north side of Waco because of the zoo, I guess. The zoo has a bunch of like decor, whatever. They use bamboo throughout the zoo. But you can tell that it's spread past the fence line, and now like most of like the north, that road, the whole area near the zoo is just bamboo crazy. It's bamboo everywhere. So I want to start going down there and just collecting bamboo and then start planting it in my backyard until I have a bamboo backyard. I don't know if that's against the rules, but I'm just going to do it.
I say do it. Just do it.
There's no way I get in trouble for collecting little bamboo babies off the side of the road.
Bamboo babies. What's that, Rachel?
I'm putting it in my classroom. Grow wall.
You're putting Waco bamboo in your grow wall? Oh, apparently Rachel stole some bamboo out of your backyard or something.
No, from the zoo. We were at the zoo that time, and I was plucking it from the sidewalk. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember. No, I remember the copperhead. I don't remember that.
Oh, that's right. You were catching the copperhead while I was stealing bamboo from the zoo. Ah! Zoo bamboo.
Okay, so this is totally an orchard stream now with cameras dying all over the place, and I'm catching copperheads at a zoo while you're stealing bamboo. We need
at the zoo.
Have this conversation on podcast.
What do we got here? Oh, we got a package. I heard the doorbell ring, and I'm like, what is going on? Dude, it's 5:30. You tell me what time the mail gets delivered at your house.
Well, these just came in.
Well, that's true.
They just came in because Rachel just brought the mail in. I don't know what time it actually got delivered.
Well, my mail comes at 5:30 at night.
Yeah, that's you got to be like the last stop on the run for 5:30.
Oh, here's another thing. I get mail on Sundays.
That is weird.
That's weird, right?
That's like somebody didn't do their job fully on Saturday and has to cover.
I think that's what's going on. Like, either they're short-staffed and so they have to make up the difference, or like somebody's just taking it too easy and they have to make up for it for overtime or something.
I didn't know the government could afford overtime, and if they can, I kind of feel like that needs to be addressed.
I think it's weird, and it's not like FedEx, you know. It's not like it's the United States Post Office. Like, I'm getting mail on Sundays sometimes. Not every Sunday, but I do get it on Sundays. That's weird. I'm just used to getting mail in the mornings. Like, pretty much, I've always remembered getting mail in the morning.
Yeah.
5:30 at night is weird, and on Sundays it's even weirder.
You know, that's funny. The guy at Stripes used to come in late, like early afternoon, 2:30. And I know they don't knock off at like 3 in the afternoon. You know, they're working until 5. They're not out there at 6. They're working 8 to 5. So it makes sense that you would get mail at 5 in the afternoon. But I've never in my life, from Granny's house to Mom and Dad's to the houses we lived on Timber Grove and Atlantic and, you know, everywhere else, mail comes at 11. it comes at 11 here. Like I've never experienced mail at 5:30 at night.
Yeah, me neither. Not until I moved into this house. It's always been around 11 or earlier.
Yeah.
But I just assumed like they called it a day at like noon.
Or they went back and they had to like collect their mail for the next day for the rest of the afternoon.
Oh, that's another thing. I got a package. Okay, that's Amazon. That's different. I got an Amazon. My mail's so weird over here, dude. I get mail at like 3 or 4 different times a day. Now I got a package. What is this?
What did you get? What's your package?
So one time I got a package. I don't know. I think this is from Mom. She texted me that she sent me a package and I should be getting it today, and it has my name on it, which I had to double check because I got a package one time that I opened up just not thinking about it, right? I thought it was something that I had ordered and I didn't look at the label. Dude, it was filled with all these like really high-end scopes, rifle scopes. And I was like, I never ordered any scopes for my rifles. This is weird. And I look at the checklist or whatever.
I guess I'm gonna have to get some rifles now.
Well, I looked at the checklist, and normally I'm like, oh, somebody delivered to the wrong house. Yeah, score. And then I looked at the checklist, and this is like a $2,000 scope, and I had like 3 of them. And then there was like a $1,400 scope, and there was like a $700 scope, and then there was like a $30 scope. It was just a big box filled with this ridiculously expensive scopes, and I was like, man, I just can't. Yeah. That's too much. That's way too much. If it was like one scope, I might hang on to it for a week or two until somebody claimed it, and then just keep it. Kind of like this guy here showed up in my house from the previous owners, like a hacksaw. I haven't taken it out of the box, and it's been like 6 months now. I'm waiting for him to come claim it, but I mean, 3 or 4 or 5 more months of this, I might just open it.
What I'm hearing with this right now is that we should have a giveaway on the live stream right now. We're going to be giving away scopes, and we're going to be giving away extras to all.
Just donate to the Seas trash pickup. Well, what I ended up doing was I found the company they're supposed to go to, and I ended up calling them and being like, hey, man, I got a bunch of your scopes. And then so I took him his scopes, like 10 grand, dude, of scopes. It's just insane. I hand him a box. I'm like, yeah, I had your name on it. I just had to look you all up, but it had my address. It's weird. Anyways, what's really funny about that story was that about a month later, I went over there to go I was looking for ammunition for that Colt, and he didn't remember me. You'd think the guy would remember the person that essentially handed him 10 grand, right? Like you'd think they'd remember me, and I'm not like that blend into the background kind of a person. I'm huge. They think they'd remember me. A month later, and the guy's like, we don't have any Colt. He was giving me all this attitude, like, I get ammunition is scarce. But you don't have to give me attitude. Not to mention, I should have kept those scopes, dude. I should have kept just to be a dick because they were a dick to me.
That kind of hurts. It's like you did a good thing. You don't have you should get a pat on the back for one, obviously, because that's a very strong decision to have to make in that circumstance. You're, effectively screwing Amazon. And that's Robin Hood.
Actually, it wasn't Amazon. It was a direct order.
Yeah, was it? Oh, was it Leopold? Do you know the brand?
Huh?
You know the brand?
No, I don't remember the brand. I just remember
$1,000 optics. That's not low end, obviously, but it's also not.
It's not super high end. But there was like. There was like 4 of those, and they were in like plastic cases. One of them came in like a cheap box. You can tell that was like the $30 scope. But some of these were in really nice packaging. Some of them, everything from like 4 $2,000 scopes to a $1,400 scope and a couple of like $700, and then like it ended up being around 10 grand worth of scopes. But I was just kind of like, man, I didn't even think about taking them. I was just like, I got to give these back to the guy. But
Yeah.
hey,
At the same
all right, here we go.
just not being shitty the next time you go into the place would have been nice.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Real quick, Scully Nation Adventures, we're doing great, man. We are kicking off things for TeamSeas. We're trying to help raise $30 million to remove 30 million pounds of trash out of the oceans, rivers, and beaches. And we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, man. How are you doing? How's your week going? And what are your plans for the weekend? We're talking about doing a little bit of fishing at the beach tomorrow morning.
Dude. They went all out on this one. It is a wine country gift basket. Mom, Dad, if y'all are watching, this is really freaking awesome. Look at this thing. Hold on. I'm going to switch the camera around. Hold on.
That's from Mom for your birthday?
Yeah.
You got to go through it. Go show us everything that's on there.
Ooh, I just got my other birthday present. Hold on a second. Now that Amber just, hey, say hi to the stream. We are streaming to save the oceans from trash.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Hazel.
Hey, Hazel.
So, all right. Well, it's in plastic. I don't want to open up the plastic just yet, but I'm going to kind of go through what I can. This is a nice. This is a nice basket. It's like a purse. And I'm seeing here vanilla fudge sea salt, classic crackers. Ooh. Sticky toffee. I like some toffee. Wafer crackers. What do we got here? What is this? Virginia something or other. Dude, this is like a basket filled with goodies. Lemon cakes. I'm seeing some. Wait a minute. Can you see this? Is my camera even on?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, because I'm like, I was still in the camera switch mode. Milk chocolate truffles, cranberry sesame cookies. Dude, that looks good. Oh, lemon cakes. All right, you know what? Screw it. You know me, I'm not one to shy away from ripping something out of a pretty packaging. Speaking of which, I went to I found a comic book store here in Waco. I don't know what it is about comic book stores. The people are kind of mean and rude. People that run comic book stores are a little pretentious.
Is that oysters?
Where?
I thought I saw oysters on top left. Left, yeah, that one right there. Nope, up. Or is that cordials? Yeah, Lily O'Brien. That's the cordial cherries. Yeah.
Ooh, amarettini. I don't know what that is, but it looks delicious. I like honey.
Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, for anybody who's wondering what's going on here, he's unboxing the birthday gift from my mother. Peter is a healthy 53 years old today. Wish him a very happy birthday.
53 and 10 ticking. Oh yeah, I told Paul, not on the stream, but I told him, I texted him how I'm dealing with that back issue.
Yeah, you want to talk about that on camera?
Huh?
You want to talk about that on camera?
I don't mind talking about it. I feel like I'm either super smart or a big dumb idiot, but
either way works fine for me.
Either way, it's good material, right? Clickbait.
Yeah, right.
Hey, by the way, if I'm dead in a week, I hope you get plenty of followers.
I'm less concerned about that than I'd like some of that meat in that birthday box you got going on there.
Meat.
Is there meat in there? That looks like a bag that comes with meat.
It looks like it does, right? No, this is all chocolate and crackers and stuff. Oh, ganache. Ooh, meaty. Okay, hold on. I had to make my way around. Vanilla fudge with sea salt. Nice. Cheddar crunch. Oh, dude, these are those little crackers made out of cheese. They like bake cheese into little crackers.
We like the Parmesan ones.
Yeah. I used to get those at Walgreens. Those are pretty good. Garlic and herb seasoned.
Yes, that looks good.
Dude, I'm also getting like.
Before you eat that, you need to figure out what's in it so that you can make it again, because that's going to be good.
Yeah, that'll be. I can figure that out. Let's see here. I was looking at those already. What do we got here? A legend in a nutshell. Since okay, my finger's covering 190.
Since
it's
192?
a legend. Since 192, Virginia Diner. Some peanuts. Oh, dude, you're right. There's meat.
Yes. Is that prosciutto?
Yes. Sopressata. Oh man, dude. Whoa. This is a liquid. Oh, bro. I have to get vodka now. Hold on. I have to.
I'm sorry, baby. I can't hear you. Okay.
I gotta get some vodka now for some whole mixed olives in a bag.
That is a solid martini you got happening right
Dude,
there.
no joke. Artichokes. I love artichokes. I'm like the only person on the planet that likes artichokes. Oh, nice. Dude, this thing is loaded. Covered hazelnuts.
From Maxim.
Is it? From Maxim's.
Hey!
What's up with my focus? It is Max.
It's Tree Journal. How are you doing? Good to see you. We're doing an unboxing. It's my brother's birthday, and we are celebrating hashtag TeamSeas.
Your mic just got all messed up, Paul. Hey, Stanley, every time you step back, every time you lean back, your mic gets all muffled.
That's it. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I don't have my headphones.
And cardboard. I love cardboard.
Boxes. Yeah.
You can talk. It's fine.
I'm sorry about the audio stuff. I don't have my ear things. Audio, we've been having them this entire time back and forth. It's a pain. I apologize for that. I'm trying to do what I can. Live happens.
Dude, that was an awesome basket. Oh, and here, while I was opening it, I got Amber handing me some of this immunity. That'd be nice.
We don't know what that is.
Because I'm dying. And an energy drink, just to speed it along the way. And some beer, which won't last the night. Awesome. Okay, here, I'm going to open this one-handed. Okay, she's going to hold the camera for me. And then we'll tell the story.
All right, deal.
Skin, I'm having skin issues, by the way. That's what it is. Whoa, hey. That's nice.
That looks like a fine set of those really fine point markers.
Dude, this has got the whole set, dude.
Run the gamut with those guys. If you're aware, so Peter does,
So,
he's the best artist out of all of us. Check him out. You can check him out on the social media links I got on the Twitter thing down below. I'll bet you got all the stuff in the description of this video. Fantastic artwork that he's got coming.
So, anyways, because nobody could understand a word you just said, because you were like, it sounds like you're I don't even know. Like you're talking out of a Coke bottle from across the river. So these are gonna be, dude. These are gonna be awesome. Some of you all know I'm an artist, and I've been collecting some art supplies, and I've been learning about these particular micron pens, which are amazing. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to draw with these. I might do a draw stream. I might be doing a draw stream later. Oh, I love art supplies. Nice. Non-photo blue pencils. I love non-photo blue pencils. And Bristol board. Dude, this is an awesome birthday, man. Finally opening presents, and I'm getting art supplies and candy.
So what I was saying just a moment ago, can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, you sounding good now.
Okay, so what I was saying is that, so this is my brother Peter. We're celebrating his birthday along with the whole hashtag TeamSeas thing. It's happened all on the same day. Peter is a fantastic artist. We got some backstory on the arts, but long story short, my brother is the best out of all of us. And if you would like to see some of that, I've got his social media on the little ticker thing down below. It's also in the description of this video. He also has a YouTube channel. I'll put a link to that in the description, or I'll put a link to that in the chat in just a moment here. But you need to check him out if you're into all that. Dree channel, you do some art. You need to check this out, Peter. Y'all need to like get your whole thing together. She's moving down to this whole area with her husband. This is.
I'm down. I've been wanting to do. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do a format, but I really just need to jump in and start doing it. Just drawing. I figured drawing would be boring for people to watch, but maybe if I give myself a challenge, like if I pull up some artwork that I admire and then try to imitate it, the style, draw it the same way, that'd be fun.
We give you a drawing and you have, or what if me and Cass,
I would love to see you do more of that on YouTube.
the drawing that we're giving you.
We've also been working on a sticker club where they draw some characters and then I draw them. Although honestly, I'm kind of more impressed with their drawings of these characters than mine. But we're talking about doing a sticker club, maybe something like a subscription, like a Patreon or something, and the patrons would get like a monthly set of stickers. Talking with the girls, working with my employees.
That would be so fun,
right? That'd be awesome. And we have a really I'm not gonna say it here, but we have a really cool idea, and I think it's gonna be an awesome series. So that's gonna be like me helping the girls get their thing started, and maybe I'll do my own stickers and like slip it in their business, and then take all their money like a good dad.
I would get in on that. That would be so fun, just to so I grew up. We grew up. Stickers was the thing. Like you wanted to sticker up everything. We stickered up our guitars, ended up stickering up the entire living room of that first apartment that we had. And then, that subsequently, like even to this day, I still like to sticker up the tackle box.
Oh, I still have a bag of all those old stickers we used to collect from Warped Tour and everything.
I've got a collection of stickers from everything we're going on now. That's what this is right here. For the next, the tackle box broke on me, so I'm looking for the next thing to sticker up.
Well, I've got all these unused stickers. Like I've got a bag like just filled with hundreds of them, maybe even thousands.
And there are rare no effects.
There's rare ones, dude. I've got like the blue and green ones, no effect stickers from way back in like 2003.
Yeah. From Pump Up the Volume.
You can't even find those anymore. That's a birthday present.
Eat that up, you mind?
All right, here. I'm flipping the camera back around because I'm opening up this present here. This is from Hazel.
Hi.
This is Hazel. And do I open the letter first or the present first?
Letter.
All right, I'm opening up the letter first.
The letter's supposed to be funny. So.
We got Stabby over here with us. She's watching.
Awesome.
The letter's supposed to be funny.
Yeah. Everybody's been talking about how you're a superstar, and I told them no.
Dad, you're great and really sweet. A dad like you just can't be beat. You're helpful, kind, and loving too. And then she's gonna punch me in the face. All right. Single card just wouldn't do. That's funny. Dude, this is a cool idea for a card.
It's a cool idea for a card.
Right? Wanted to make you something special for your birthday. Oh.
Aww.
On your birthday, you deserve the very best. Whoa, I like these things. But enough about me. I love it. Very cool card. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna open up the present.
Yes. It's totally not toys.
It's not toys.
It's not toys.
I promised. Toys! Ah, dude! This is cool.
There's another.
Gabby has to get ready for her dance practice, but she says happy birthday, Peter.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait till everybody gets together again. That's going to be awesome. And in the meantime, I'm going to have to just play with my toy dinosaurs. Let me open up his mouth. Jesus. Ah! Hey, this is ocean related, right? They're reptiles. I love it. Thank y'all. This is going to go amazingly with my other toy.
And I remember how old he is. He's 37.
Oh, take that, son bitch.
Yeah, so Tree.
So Uncle Paul thinks that I'm like 50 and 49.
Peter's like, we got a little thing with like arts and stuff like that, a little background on that. Peter's the best out of us. Check out his stuff. I know you do a little bit of art. You need to check that out. It's awesome.
I still have more presents.
Good people. I'm trying to get him into doing a YouTube channel. We're gonna make it happen one way or another.
All right, I got one more to go.
Speaking.
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you about my other birthday present that I got the other day. I'll show you here in a second.
What did you get?
The knives. Me and Hazel were at Costco, and the salesman came in and was like selling knives.
And we got a really rare one.
So
I still
got-
remember the whole lot around. I could tell you all about it.
No.
So Hazel's an expert.
So
These are like these are pro knives, dude. They're surgical steel. This guy cut a hammer in half with this guy right here.
and it's not dull.
And we didn't get one, we got two. And then he was like, and then you want this knife right here for this simple low price, you get two of these things. And I got a fillet knife, which was impressive. He did some interesting things to a tomato. I'll just say that. And then the old faithful here.
And then
Awesome knife set, dude. It was really cool.
and then there's this
And then this guy. This guy's
push.
it spins around.
So
Anyway, that was one of my birthday presents.
That's freaking awesome.
$300 worth of stuff
It's $5,000 worth of stuff.
for $69
Something
or
or other.
$66.
Yeah, $5,000 worth of stainless surgical steel.
When
knife.
this stream is over, I need to have a little chat with Hazel about how she's going to be my new salesman.
Dude, she was the he's like, I needed a member from the audience, and so she volunteered, and she proved without a shadow of a doubt to the audience that hammer was real. That was not a fake hammer, and she proved it.
That's awesome.
That's another bunny. All right, hold on. This is the. Oh, dude! It's a Cyberfrog shirt.
Nice. So tell us your involvement with Cyberfrog, and that's some freaking awesome artwork, by the way. But you got to let everybody know why that's awesome.
That's awesome. So Cyberfrog is one of my top favorite comic books right now. I've been following the creator Ethan Van Sciver on YouTube, and it's just just in the past what year, I've just become obsessed with this comic book. It's amazing. I love it. It's from the 90s, but he's got a new thing. Anyways, it's an awesome comic. I'm a big fan. I've never even seen this shirt before, so I'm like, I want to put it on. I'll put it on here in a minute. And that's it. Everybody in the chat. I don't have to like brag about my birthday presents anymore now. And I'm sure that was a lot of fun for everybody. It was fun for me.
I enjoyed it. We don't get to hang out for like birthdays and stuff as much as we did when we were younger, especially living apart from each other. So it's nice to be able to take part in that. And I don't know about doing that live in front of everybody else, but I enjoyed being able to hang out with you.
Hey, it's like an unboxing. It's an unboxing stream.
Exactly, it is.
Got a beer out of it.
The best elements of ASMR, unboxings, an amazing live stream, plus an event that is specifically to help save the ocean. Hashtag TeamSeas. We're trying to raise $30 million to eliminate 30 million pounds of trash out of the oceans, rivers, and beaches by the end of the year. This is the biggest collaboration in the history of YouTube, started by Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, and currently
we're at hold on, before you say anything.
Go ahead.
At the hour mark, we were at almost $1 million bucks. Like they had $1 million bucks raised.
We hit $1 million at under an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now it's been 3 hours. Let's see where we're at now.
We are just about to cross the 1.5 million pounds of trash to have been removed mark.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What are they going to put it? Have they said what they're going to do with all that trash?
They're shipping it all off to the moon.
Nice. We got to fill up those craters.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
We can't have craters on the moon. We got to fill that shit up with trash.
What they're there for. That's why God put craters on the moon, is so that we could ship all of this trash out to the moon and learn our lessons. And then in the future, last time it was Team Trees. Mr. Beast at Team Trees. Now it's Team Seas. Next time is going to be Team Moon.
Team Moon is a future project that's coming probably in the next 10 years or so. Next year maybe.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a cause that later disclosed. That's where we're going to have to clean up all the trash that we're sending to the moon right now during TeamSeas.
It's going to be very tragic. Once you see all that has been removed from the ocean, and we all have it all piled up in a crater on the moon, you're like, man, that was a lot of trash. We have got to get that off of the moon.
We got to clean the moon. And you know what? And that's, we have plenty of time, like they said, right? We always have plenty of time. No, we are out of time. We got to get it out of our oceans and on the moon, and then we got to get it off the moon.
That's exactly right. Now is the time. I will say on that note, Peter, we've been at this for a bit. I do need to close this down. I've got some things that I got to do. We got to get dinner going. I've obviously got a little bit
same
of
here.
happening in the background here.
I hear the oven going on and everything.
Yeah. So, Peter, first and foremost, happy birthday, man. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
I enjoyed being able to hang out and have a drink with you. I look forward to the next time we can spend a little time at the beach or Waco or whatever and do it all over.
Yeah, totally. I'm down. I can't wait. Those are the days I look forward to, is when we're all hanging out.
Yeah,
having a good time. So,
totally agree.
We got to do this more often. I might do a stream later, either tonight or tomorrow on my channel. I'll let you know.
Let me know, man. I'm in on that. For anybody so hanging out with us, you're catching us after the fact, and you made it this far in the stream, awesome. Go you. Please hit us up on social media, because if you're watching this, I want to know who you are. I want to say hi, because you're awesome. If you have some interest in getting involved with hashtag TeamSeas, it is the biggest collaboration in the history of YouTube. We are trying to eliminate 30 million pounds of trash out of the oceans, rivers, and beaches by the end of the year. In order to get involved with that, you need to check out TeamSeas.org. There is a link in the description of this video, or you can just go to TeamSeas.org. And thank you so much for hanging out with us. We had an absolute blast. We look forward to next time, Peter. I'll see you in the next one. And everybody, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah, it's fun, man. See y'all next time.
Enjoyed it.